All right, we are live at Coletco for tonight's live YouTube and Facebook record sale. YouTube and, boy, these are nice. I'll show those in just a second. We're live on YouTube and Facebook. We have quite the selection of stuff that's already been sold. Stuff that was on pre-order and pre-hold. I told y'all we had a lot of stuff coming in, and I got here, as y'all know, it's Masters Week, and you know, they play golf all day, and I usually am trying to watch it all day, and I slept very little, and then I squeezed in like a 2-hour nap, and I got here about 30 minutes ago, and we had to pull about 3 crates of pre-orders. So, but the good news is I'm here and I'm ready to sell records, and I hope y'all are ready to buy records, but that's why we're 7 minutes late. I blame it on Augusta National Golf Club. And I will need some extra monsters, yeah. And the bad thing is, well, Tiger plays late tomorrow, so I won't be interested in the morning golf tomorrow. So Tiger will be playing in the afternoon tomorrow. I'll be back on my regular schedule. So, all right, Masters was great. Jonathan was there, I believe. So, and Tiger's in contention. He's in the top 10, so it's going to be a good week. All right, let's start showing new vinyl. This is Thursday, which means we have our biggest drop of new vinyl, and it also means we've got a lot of restocks in, and hopefully there's more coming tomorrow, but let's get started right away. First is Neil Young, This Note's For You. Neil Young, This Note's For You. This is $26.99, mastered source material, mastered from the original analog tapes. I have got 2 of those on hand. Those are $26.99. $26.99. Bill Fratsky says, before we can get going, can he get a pack of inner sleeves? Sure. Do you want Big Fudge, vinyl style, or what's the other brand we carry? Big Fudge, vinyl style, and we have 3 different brands. They're all the same quantity and same price, though. Bags Unlimited, yeah, which is, they're called vinyl sleeves, or vinyl style, or something like that. Bill Fratsky wants a pack of Big Fudge. Next is, so this was actually shown Tuesday night, but we didn't get our full allocation, and as usual, the last one came in. We've been getting really good allocations. We just have to be patient. That's The Who live at the Isle of Wight Festival 1970. 3 LP on blue vinyl. And I read the track list earlier, or last time, of course, starts out with some of their early stuff. Then it goes in the entire Tommy album, and then some other hits. Of course, that's 1970. That was pre-Who's Next. But that is $51.99. Randy, no Zeppelin box sets. No Zeppelin box sets. DRI crossover, $28.99. So we've been selling so much of their OG stuff, and there's so many people that seems that we have a waiting list for. We're not a waiting list, but I'll show an OG DRI in these collections I get, and most of their stuff's in print. So I think I've got a couple titles, either one title tonight and maybe another one. DRI, Dirty Rotten Imbeciles, that's $28.99. First sale of the night goes to Richard Davis. And what's that? I have not shared in the group, no. My other phone I usually have, since my other phone's working now, I don't have it in my pocket as much as I usually do, so I don't even know where it's at. I think it's still in my Tahoe, so. Richard Davis on DRI, thank you. First sale of the night. We have another one of those available if anybody wants it. A classic must-have for any fan of thrash, metal, or crossover. Restored and remastered. All That Remains, The Fall of Ideals, craft recording, $28.99, 15th anniversary pressing of the Formative Metal album. That's on the craft label. That is $28.99. That was a long out-of-print metal title. We used to have a sealed OG of that, and it was not cheap. And it came into print, then it went out of print, now it's back in print. Automatic for the People, REM. So we have a couple of REM titles this week. This one we've had before. This is the 25th anniversary remastered, and it is $32.99. REM Automatic for the People. Testament, The Gathering, $32.99. I don't remember ordering these, but we had like 2 or 3 different Testament titles come in, it looks like. Testament, The Gathering, $32.99. You're going to get Asia in Asia. I will check into that. That's the first time hearing on it, but I definitely order all Asia albums, so I will definitely look at that. Any Pink Floyd, Motley Crue, or Metallica? Yes, we do. We have all of those. Killing Machine, Judas Priest, $26.99. If you're watching for the first time, this is new arrivals, so we really don't walk around and do requests yet. We kind of just show everything that's in a crate in front of us. And this is all new stuff. Everybody watching has never seen it before. We're going to do a couple bins of new vinyl, then we're going to do a couple bins of vintage, and then back and forth. So, Judas Priest, Killing Machine, $26.99. And I didn't know this was out, and I almost missed it, but I'm glad I have them. This is Cream, live at the Forum, 1968. Yeah, October 19th, 1968. 2 LP on blue vinyl. 2 LP on blue vinyl. That is $47.99. From the Goodbye Tour, the Cream's last tour. 2 LP on blue vinyl, $47.99. Cream, of course, awesome track list. They're doing everything. That is $47.99. I've got several of those available. Here is Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory. This is just a single disc. We've also been stocking these in box sets, but that is $27.99. Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory. Got a few of those available. And back in stock is also Cinderella, Long Cold Winter, music on vinyl. Cinderella, Long Cold Winter. That is $39.99. A lot of this is restocks. It's been out of print or out of stock for a long time. I was about to say Park because Greg Hagewood wants a Linkin Park. So to Greg. Next is Sabotage, Power of the Night, $37.99. And this is on clear vinyl, gatefold, $37.99. $37.99. Testament, here's another one. This is The Legacy, and it's music on vinyl. Music on vinyl is $41.99. What LP is that you just showed? We have showed Cream. We've showed Linkin Park, which is Linkin Park is $27.99. We've showed Cinderella and Sabotage. And there's the Testaments from music on vinyl. Testament, The Legacy. Those are $41.99, music on vinyl. Can we get the papers that's in the printer? That's like a stack of sheets, because I'm about to show this next crate that has a lot of waiting list stuff on it. And I'm going to jump over here to this next bin of new vinyl. Well, let me recap this one right quick. This was from the back. We had Neil Young. This Note's for You, $26.99. New sealed analog remaster, of course. The Who live at the Isle of Wight Festival is $51.99. That is blue vinyl. Kevin Black Fox. Andrea, the Linkin Park album is called Hybrid Theory, and that is $27.99. Kevin Black Fox wants a Linkin Park, and so does Jonathan Craig, also on a Linkin Park. We have 2 of those left. That's usually only been available in a box set. Dirty Rotten Imbeciles, crossover, $28.99. All That Remains, The Fall of Ideals. Anything by Kraft on the Kraft label is going to be excellent quality. REM, Automatic for the People, $32.99. Testament, The Gathering is $32.99. Judas Priest, Killing Machine, $26.99. And Cream, The Goodbye Tour, 1968 Live, $47.99. 2 LP blue vinyl. Linkin Park, there it is again. We have 2 left. Cinderella, Long Cold Winter, those are $39.99, music on vinyl. Sabotage is limited and clear vinyl, like Richard Davis has said, $37.99. David Cordell wants an REM, Automatic for the People. I have another title to show in just a second by them. Matt wants a Testament Gathering. Testament Gathering, which one was that? I think that was this one right here. Yes, that is sold to Matt W. Kevin Tays wants a Judas Priest, and that's Killing Machine. Paul Beal wants a Linkin Park. That leaves 1 Linkin Park. There's Sabotage, 2 of those left. And then the other Testament title was The Legacy, and that is music on vinyl. Those are $41.99. Okay, as you see, I don't know if y'all can see this. Look at all this. That stuff we've already pulled. It's about 3 crates full of stuff that's already come in, that's already pre-sold. And then some of it we sold out of before I even got to show it. So I'm going to show them and then take a waiting list on it. and also remind people what's going to be on your order this week. New from Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. We only have one. I was going to start ordering 20 and 30 of these things, but all of a sudden I have stacks of Carole King and Janis Joplin, so I'm just going to kind of order one and then take them on request, because I've all of a sudden got thousands of dollars invested in Mobile Fidelity records, and they're very good. It takes an audiophile buyer to really appreciate this. This is Muddy Waters Folk Singer. It is $169.99, and this is the newest limited and numbered from Mobile Fidelity. This is number 3,400 of 10,000, and that is Muddy Waters Folk Singer, Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab, Ultra Disc One Step, new and sealed. Those are $169.99. Paul Bill, Lincoln Park. Hello, Timothy Horn. Jerry Stone wants a Lincoln Park and a Neil Young. So Lincoln Park is sold out, and we have, that's cream. We have one Neil Young left, and Lincoln Park is sold out. Do you have any more of the AC/DC slip mats? Yes, I'm going to show those. We can bring AC/DC over right now, but I need to show those again tonight because it's been a while. We got a lot of new customers that hadn't seen those. But the Muddy Waters is this should be 45 RPM. This is, I think all the one steps are 45 RPM. And right now in stock we have Eagles Self-Titled, Eagles Desperado, Carole King Tapestry, Janis Joplin Pearl, and Muddy Waters Folk Singer. And I have all the other ones pre-ordered. When will they come in? Who knows? Yeah, Muddy Waters is $169.99. It's a 45 RPM. I only have one of them. I'm just going to start ordering those based on demands. Jerry Stone, can you put me on the waiting list for Lincoln Park? I thought I just pulled one for you. I did? I've got you for, Jerry, that you got the last Lincoln Park. So now they're gone. So my wallet doesn't appreciate MoFi. Yeah, they're pricey. If you got the right sound system, if you're listening to stuff on a $10,000 sound system, then, you definitely want to have titles like this because it's going to blow you away. Coulter Wall, big restock for Coulter Wall. We have two different titles tonight. This one is Coulter Wall Imaginary Appalachia. Coulter Wall Imaginary Appalachia, $24.99. No, Paul Bill got one and you, right, Tanner? Paul, yeah, y'all both got one, for sure. Another restock of Kiss, Music from the Elder, $33.99. Kiss, the Music from the Elder, $33.99. Coulter Wall, and then here is Alex Roman wants a Coulter Wall. Here's another restock from Mobile Fidelity. This is just your standard 33, but it is the Cars Heartbeat City, and it is $64.99. I hadn't seen this one in a while. This is also numbered and limited on the back. The Cars Heartbeat City MoFi, $64.99. That's going to sound sweet. So I have Candy O. It sounds amazing. I have Self-Titled. It sounds amazing. And if this don't sell out tonight, I'll keep one of these. So Coulter Wall, Western Swing and Waltzes, $26.99. Scott, I'm glad you joined us for what little you did. Scott says he can't watch too long. He'll buy too much. So he just hops on and hops off. Coulter Wall, Western Swing and Waltzes is the other one. Coulter Wall, Western Swing and Waltzes, $26.99. Okay, so one recap of this bin, which is only 3 titles, and then we're going to jump into our newest OG arrivals. So Muddy Waters Folk Singer, $169.99. We have Coulter Wall, Imaginary. Matthew also wants one of those. So there's Alex's, there's Matthew's. Cars, Music from the Elder is $33.99. The Cars is $64.99. Cars is $64.99. And Coulter Wall, the other Coulter Wall is $26.99. The other night we showed those, and I hope we don't have a waiting list for those, because I have a lot to not have a waiting list for them, but I don't know. If we do, we got plenty. So Coulter Wall, I don't think we did. I just went through everything, and I updated the entire spreadsheet last night because we had so much I posted recently. These are $24.99. Imaginary is $24, and Western Swing and Waltzes is $26. Okay, let me figure out which. Let's go over the tools first so I can move this big box set out of the way. So we got a full allocation from one distributor, And then I was worried we wasn't going to get a full allocation from another distributor, so I've got lots of Tool on the way. But so far, only one shipment has arrived. If you want one, you can claim them right now while I'm reading the list. This is Tool Fear Inoculum. This is a lot bigger and better looking than I thought it was going to be based on the stock photos. These are $179.99. Do you have Candy-O and self-titled as well? No, we're sold out of both of those. How much was Lincoln Park? Eric, Lincoln Park was $26.99. They are sold out. But I'm definitely going to be ordering more. So if you want one, I'll add you to the waiting list. Here's the list for Tool. Kevin Jordan got 2. Colin West, Tony Doyle, Vernon Lehman, Michael Harrell, Mark Karst, Philip Sweet, Preston Rogers, Greg Hagewood, Jimmy Ball, G.T. Bass, Stephen Tuttle, Cameron Porter, Joe Barrios, and Robert Johnson. That was everybody that was on our original pre-order. And actually, I wish I hadn't have told everybody we wasn't going to be getting them, because I think I had 3 people cancel on me. What I do is I just wait, because you never know what they're going to ship. So now I've got not only this full order, but I've got another 25 on the way. So Tool Fear Inoculum is $179.99. That is an official pressing. If you're familiar with Tool, most of their stuff is very difficult to get, especially this album. I don't know when the last time it was officially pressed, but they've put it in this 4LP box set type deal. $179.99. It's heavy too. That's like a brick. So there's the tools. I'm going to set this out of the way. I'm going to get those online and other places, Discogs, and let everybody know I have them, because I've got a bunch to sell. So, okay, let me try to bring over our first bin of vintage over here, all right? Let's see. I'm going to have to go to my phone. Messages moved up too fast. Let's see. Do you still have Pat Benatar icon? Yes, we do. I will have to find it, though, but we do, Jerry. We will write you down on that, and I will find that for you. Put down Jerry Stone for Pat Benatar icon. And we need to take Greg off the list. He already bought one somewhere else. That's what I was afraid of. So I'm going to stop telling y'all that I'm not getting them, because I usually get everything. I can't remember the last time that I didn't get something. It may not come the released week, but it probably comes the next week. But also, I don't want y'all to not be able to get it, so it kind of puts me in a hard spot. Usually I get it, though. It may not come the first week. Like if it's due out today, we may not get it that first week, but just because it ships late. But I do start getting worried, because I want to fulfill all of our pre-orders. But okay, I understand, Greg. No problem. All right. First bin, I think this is all, none of this is check condition. I don't know what's in here. John was just showing me some other stuff a while ago. This is all of our newest. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4. We got 7 bins of new vintage arrivals, counting this one, which is about a half of a bin, but there's really good stuff in here. And then we'll get back to our new vinyl releases. Jody Bon Jovi. John was telling me this was Bon Jovi's somebody. $29.99. Pressed in 1989. Does Bon Jovi appear on here? No. It looks like he could be one of those people, but it's not. $29.99. Chad, are you getting over the full Grateful Dead Europe 72? No, I posted a pre-order for the newest Grateful Dead releases, and I had no one interested. So I don't think I've actually ordered more than just one of those. But the Grateful Dead has 2 new box sets coming out, and I didn't see any interest in those. But I still went ahead and ordered, I think, 1. I always order at least 1 of something big like that, but I'm not getting a lot of them. Robert Cray, Strong Persuader, $14.99, Robert Cray. So if anybody wants an extensive Bon Jovi related record, I think that's his niece or his cousin or something. The Mystic Moods Orchestra, Stormy Weekend. This is a MoFi title, one of the first ones, $24.99. $24.99. Al Cooper is $24.99. That's a UK pressing. Kevin Tays, first to Robert Cray, sold to Kevin Tays. Kelly Cook was second. I did the same thing, Chantal. If you could use my spot for someone else, please do. Okay. So we need to take off Tony Doyle as well. Can you cancel? I laid it on top of that right there. Yeah. So, can you cancel my invoice for Has Kiss Elder and Crimson Glory? We can. You can always send that message to the page. That way we don't forget. Tanner's already done it. Okay. Foster and Lloyd, Faster and Louder. That is $14.99. Three Dog Night, Cyan, is $19.99. Mick Jagger as Ned Kelly. This is a sound. It is sealed. $49.99. $49.99. Elvis Pure Gold. Pretty good compilation. It's on an orange RCA label. $14.99. That is Striper. In God We Trust. $39.99. Didn't know we had this. Very nice. $39.99. Striper has the insert with it. Has the $100 bill looking poster type deal. Very nice copy. $39.99. Bill Fratsky was first to that one. Bill Fratsky. And did Piper at the Gates of Dawn come in? Piper, yes, Piper came in a long time ago. The new one on pre-order is Saucer Full of Secrets. But yeah, you should have already got an invoice for that. Bill Fratsky was first to Striper, then Alan Johnson, then Robbie Reasanover. Wayne Heat, first to the Elvis Pure Gold, sold to Wayne Heat. Paul Bill, I see your test comment. Next is an OG. We just showed the reissue. OG, Kiss Music from the Elder, $59.99. $59.99. Very nice. He did not get one. RJ, we'll put it on this week's if that's okay. We must have either overlooked you or we have an invoice for you and it didn't get sent. One of the two. Billy Shears, of course, first to the Kiss. Billy Shears, first to the Kiss. Or I didn't write down your name when I was typing them all in from Facebook. So, one of the two. What is this? $14.99. It is Steve Salas Color Code. Steve Salas Color Code. Limited edition vinyl pressing, it says. $14.99. Sonny and Cher Live is $14.99. Sonny and Cher Live. The Outlaws, Bringing It Back Alive, is $29.99. White Label Promo, 2LP Outlaws, White Label Promo. Mary Poppins, this feels like a UK pressing. It is, $24.99. Disney 1973 UK pressing, Walt Disney's Mary Poppins. That is a record and storybook record. Never Buying the Bollocks, the Sex Pistols. This is a reissue. That is a reissue, $39.99. Sex Pistols, Never Mind the Bollocks. Honeysuckle Rose, Willie Nelson film and soundtrack, $24.99. Daniel Cody, first to the Outlaws, sold Daniel Cody. Susie Breedlove, first on the Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins, Susie Breedlove, Andrea Crow, You Were Next, and David Cordell, first on the Sex Pistols. All right, next is George Thorogood and the Destroyers, Better Than the Rest, $19.99. George Thorogood Vision Quest soundtrack, $19.99. That will be instantly sold. Dirty Deal is $24.99. 1985 red vinyl. Dirty Deal. Red vinyl. Bill Fratsky, first on Vision Quest. Bill Fratsky, then David Cox, then Robbie Reasanover. Jamie Miller, first on that was for VQ. So Bill Fratsky was first, then David, then Robbie, then Jamie, then Retro Class Entertainment, then Retro Class Entertainment, then Calvin Ward, then Rusty Wilkes, and then Alan Johnson was first to Dirty Deal. Matt, you were way down there on Vision Quest, but I do see your comment. There's the Olay ELO, $19.99. We get more of those in than Pablo Cruz. That must have been that had to be a platinum selling album. ELO. Decibel, $24.99. Decibel. This is some kind of compilation. Vinyl cut sampler. I bet this is some kind of hard rock. It's on splatter vinyl or metal. I'm not real for sure. Featuring razor sharp metal from Toxic Holocaust, Pathology, Chelsea Grin, Red Fang, Jungle Hot, and more. So Vision Quest. R.J. Myers, you were also down there on Vision Quest. Bob Riger, first to George Thorogood. David Cordell already sold to Bob Riger. Larry Underhill wants ELO. And John Sheehan on the Decibel compilation. So did John Sheehan. Yes. 90125. Someone wrote no underneath it. 90125. 1999. Owner of a Lonely Heart. Changes. It can happen. Leave it. 1999. Huey Lewis in the News. Picture this. 1999 for Huey Lewis. Eric Clapton, Another Ticket, is a white label promo. White label promo on that. $39.99. Breakeroo. This is a country compilation. One of those truck driving CB radio type compilations. $14.99. Cab Calloway Sings the Blues on Vocalion label. $14.99. Matt on Huey Lewis. I got to attempt once to pronounce Matt's last name. Wermeyer. I think I'm close. Matt, let me know. That's why I've been abbreviating your last name. The Cage featuring Nona Hendrix. The Cage featuring Nona Hendrix. $14.99. Chris McDonald is first to Cab Calloway. Chris McDonald. John Barry, You Were Second. Andy Gibb, Shadow Dancing, is $9.99. Andy Gibb, Shadow Dancing, $9.99. Joan Armour Trading, Me, Myself, and I, is $19.99. Gene Watson, Heartaches, Love, and Stuff. Gene Watson, $14.99. And Come On Everybody, Elvis Presley, $9.99. Actually, there's one more in here. Chet Atkins and His Guitar, $12.99. Chet Atkins and His Guitar, $12.99. Well, that was about a half of a crate, and now there's about a third of a crate left. So does that mean we sold half of them? Pretty close. Half of a, if we started with a half and now there's a third total. Can you do that math for me, Tanner? Chet Atkins and His Guitar is $12.99. Come On Everybody, Elvis, is $9.99. Gene Watson, actually, let me start from the back here. I'm making sure y'all are awake. Y'all are awfully quiet over there, you know. Yeah. Let's start from the back. Jody Bon Jovi, $29.99. That is $19.89. The Mystic Moods Orchestra, Stormy Weekend, $24.99. Al Cooper is $24.99. Al Cooper, UK pressing. Wayne Heat, first on Elvis. Wayne Heat, first on Elvis. Come On Everybody. Foster and Lloyd, Faster and Louder, was $14.99. Three Dog Night was $19.99. There's the sealed soundtrack. Mick Jagger as Ned Kelly, $49.99. Steve Salas, $14.99. Sonny and Cher Live was $14.99. Honeysuckle Rose, Willie Nelson, $24.99. Yes, 90125 was $19.99. Eric Clapton, that was a white label promo. Breakeroo, Nona Hendrix, Andy Gibb, Joan Armour Trading, Gene Watson, and Chet Atkins. Wendy Pierce wants the yes, 90125. Sold to Wendy Pierce. Okay. Let me move that one out of the way. So, let me find my sheets of paper and move this bin over. Everything in here is already sold, okay? But there's some stuff we sold out of. So let me go through here. Wendy Pierce also wants Sonny and Cher. Let me pull that for Wendy Pierce. David Howard wants Foster and Lloyd. Let me pull that over here. Let's see. Richard Marks. I'm going to go through this crate and pretty much remind everybody of what's already come in for you, so you know what to expect on your invoice. Sometimes we've been sending invoices and they're like, I didn't even watch this week, which it's something that maybe come in where we had a waiting list from you from 2 weeks ago. So, all right, I'm getting there. Richard Marks. These three are already sold. I still have these available, I think. Richard Marks is Stories to Tell, Greatest Hits and More, $38.99. One of those came in for Walt Cruz, Troy Robinson, and Trey Tidwell. Walt Cruz, Troy Robinson, and Trey Tidwell on those. That was Richard Marks. And that one, I think we have 2 of those still available somewhere. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to check one of these other bins. But yeah, if you want a Richard Marks, those are $38.99. Hall & Oates Marigold Sky is $41.99. Robbie Reasonover and Tony A wants one. Now, let me figure out where those other ones are. Should be right here. Yeah, okay. So put Robbie Reasonover down for one. It looks like most of them, because I added a name on the list when those come back in. That is sold to Robbie Reasonover, and then Tony A, I will be ordering more of those, so we'll put you on a waiting list. So Tanner, that one sold to Tony A, or that one sold to Robbie Reasonover, and Tony A will be our next waiting list on that. There's the ones that's already sold. I'm just going to keep those right here. The Hall & Oates Marigold Sky, let me find that one. Hall & Oates, that was Shepherd Michael. Hall & Oates Marigold Sky, that was $41.99. And I think we have one more of those. Hall & Oates Marigold Sky. That one there is already sold to Shepherd Michael. Hall & Oates Marigold Sky. Marillion, An Hour Before It's Dark, $36.99. That is available. Marillion, An Hour Before It's Dark, $36.99. And that one there that I'm holding, or was holding, was already claimed. And that was it was one person. Marillion. Scott Snee. Scott Snee on that Marillion. That was that one there. Linda Ronstadt's Greatest Hits. That was Michael Robert Potts. That came back in for you, Michael. Linda Ronstadt's Greatest Hits. That was $29.99. And this was David Bowie Unplugged and Slightly Phased. Unplugged and Slightly Phased. David Bowie. Scott Snee, that was your Marillion, so we've already got you down for that one. And there was one person that we had on a waiting list for David Bowie. It was Keith Thomas. So this one here is already sold to Keith Thomas. Everything I'm showing, though, is available for purchase. And that is David Bowie Unplugged and Slightly Phased. These here are already sold, and it's some stuff that we only had one come in, or we only have one left. So that is $25.99. David Bowie Unplugged and Slightly Phased. The big one here was Rush, which these here, I found out, are the ones that are available. That's why I wanted to go to this bin. We've already pulled the others. These have already been pulled. John Wilson, Wayne Carr, Greg Preston, Tony A., Rob Scheffler, John Sheehan, Todd Pratt, G.T. Bass, Scott Snee, Kevin S., Tony Doyle, and Sean Crupper. Those have already been claimed. And so if you want to rush, this is the next shipment that's come in. So, and now I'm going to make sure you're not on the list, and then I'm going to pull you one. That's the whole reason I'm doing this entire bin, was to show the rushes. I'm glad I have my phone over here. So, Tony A., I've got you down on the waiting list for Richard Marks. Sorry, what just come in was the Richard Marks. Monica Harris, that was Richard Marks, Stories to Tell, Greatest Hits, and More. And I'm going to be ordering more of those if you want one. Okay, so the rushes here. Eric Reisman, you're not on the list, so one sold to you. Stacy Metternich, there's one for you. Linda Hasty, there's one for you. Tony Doyle. There's Tony already has one, so we're going to skip Tony. Tony Murphy, Linda Ronstadt, Greatest Hits. We have one still available, Tony. I have one still available. Everything in this bin I'm showing is already sold, but it's either stuff we can reorder, or I have another copy available tonight, one of the other ones. Calvin Ward, you're not on the list, so there's one for you. Rusty, you're not on here, so there's one for you. Hector Patino, you're not on here, so there's one for you. And it has come down to Nathan Myers, and you're not on here. There's one for Nathan. So now we're going to start another Rush Vapor Trails list for everybody that's after Nathan Myers. So I'm going to start calling out those names. Let me... So you already have this sheet, so y'all don't need this one, do you? The Rush Vapor Trails. I'm just going to slide it over there. These are the ones we just sold, which I'm going to read that off again. That was to Eric Reisman, Stacy Metternich, Linda Hasty. Tony was already on the list. Calvin Ward, Rusty, Hector, and Nathan. And then backup list is R.J. Myers, Tim Besaw, Matt, Kristen Bale, David Cox and Monica Harris said, yes, please. I think that was for Richard Marks, right? Richard Marks, yeah. So put Monica Harris down for a Richard Marks waiting list, along with Tony A. And then Jonathan Bodine, you're also on the Rush Vapor Trails. And then there's Tony Murphy's Linda Ronstadt's Greatest Hits. Okay, let me see if there's anything in here that we've sold out of. Otherwise, I can do the rest of those later. I just really had to get the rush there. I'll read off the other ones in just a second. Yeah, okay. Let me grab this other bin of new vintage arrivals. New vinyl can become very time consuming, so we try to keep it as balanced as possible. However, it can become, especially as much stuff as we have on hold for people or waiting list. Rush is technically sold out, Tillman, but we're going to be getting more in again. Hopefully, they're $36.99. So we can put your name down, and whenever they come in, they're in. So, all right, next new bin of vintage. And these are all sheets that's in this crate. I'm just going to, I guess I'll just stick them down here with it. That'd be best, wouldn't it? Yep. Okay, so there's that. There's the Richard Marx's. I'll put them in front of them. There's Hall & Oates. There's Marillion. There's Linda Ronstadt. And let me find that David Bowie. Keith Thomas's David Bowie. All right. Okay. This is check condition. The Monkeys, Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones. That is excellent. $17.99. So we grade either VG, VG Plus, or excellent. Excellent is a really nice record. It's just probably a couple superficial marks from being near mint. And VG Plus is less, and then VG would be the lesser of the grades. A VG is going to have some noise when you listen to it and some pops, and then it just gets better from there. Ted Nugent, Scream Dream, is excellent, $12.99. Gary Wright, The Dreamweaver, VG Plus, $14.99, with hype sticker, Love is Alive, Made to Love You. Joe Jackson, Body and Soul, VG Plus, $12.99, Joe Jackson. Steely Dan, Pretzel Logic, is a VG copy, $14.99, Pretzel Logic. B.B. King, Easy Listening Blues, B.B. King is a VG Plus, $24.99. Alan Jonathan, first to Gary Wright. Chris McDonald, You Were Second. I Love You So, B.B. King, also a VG Plus. That one's $19.99. So Alan Johnson on Gary Wright. Chris McDonald was next. Nathan Myers on AS. I bet that was for, what was AS? And AS. Let's see, Steely Dan, Joe Jackson, Ted Nugent. Nathan, let me know. Chris McDonald, I have you first. Steely, not AS. Okay, so Nathan Myers gets Pretzel Logic. Chris McDonald, You Were Second. Jeff McMaster, first on Joe Jackson. Chris Ferrara, You Were Third on Steely Dan. B.B. King. Tenor Madness, Sonny Rollins Quartet. That is a VG Plus, $14.99, 1984 Prestige reissue. R.J. Myers, I have you fourth on Steely Dan. The Byrds is a VG copy, $9.99 on The Byrds. Herbie Hancock, Headhunters, a VG copy, $19.99, Headhunters. Waylon's Greatest Hits, Waylon Jennings, VG Plus, $14.99. Deep Purple, Purple Passages, VG Plus, $29.99. Green, Warner Brothers label. Should be the Retro Class Entertainment. Actually, before that, John Barry on the Tenor Madness. John Barry on the Tenor Madness. Retro Class Entertainment on the Herbie Hancock. That's Rydell Martin, sold on the Herbie Hancock. Waylon's Greatest Hits, sold to Gabe. Waylon's Greatest Hits, sold to Gabe. Next, we have Deep Purple. We have Van Halen, 1984. That's a VG Plus, $34.99. Van Halen, 1984. Jethro Tull, Living in the Past. VG Plus, $24.99. I think this one actually came from my collection. I've upgraded since that one. But I've listened to that. It's not bad. R.J. Myers, You Were Second on Herbie Hancock. The History of Otis Redding, a VG copy, $14.99. Calvin Ward, first on Van Halen, 1984, sold to Calvin. The history, what's that? Gabe, we need you to message the page, please. If you're a first-time buyer, let me show this record and I'll give some instructions. History of Clapton is a VG Plus $24.99. So if you're a first-time buyer, Gabe, or anybody else that's watching tonight, it's very easy. You just need to you just send us your email address, send this page, CollectCo, a message. If you're watching on YouTube for the first time, if you have Facebook, you can find our Facebook page or you can email us. I don't think we've had a new Facebook buyer tonight, but nevertheless, it's very easy to buy. We do combined shipping all week. It's $7 all week. We combine purchases, and we invoice on Mondays. So we had a show on Tuesday. Tonight's Thursday. Another one tomorrow, and another one Saturday. So 2 more opportunities. Thousands of records to be shown. Otis Span? I want to say it's either Spawn or Span. I've read it or seen it a million times, but I think that's the first time I've ever had to read it out loud. VG Plus $24.99, white label promo. Sherry Darnell on Otis Redding. Hector, I need to be put on the Allman Brothers Eat a Peach list. That's the pink and blue vinyl. We're waiting for more of those to come in. Some of these with these stickers on them, we bought out a radio station in Murfreesboro. That's been 2 months ago now. Time flies, or a month and a half. And a lot of them had, inventory type stickers on them, and a lot of them are white label promos. So if you see those stickers, don't think someone put red tape all over it. It's because it comes from a radio station. I guess their inventory or however. So John Denver's Greatest Hits is a VG copy, $7.99. And Tommy Bolin Teaser. Tommy Bolin Teaser is a VG Plus $14.99. Ohio Players Gold is excellent, $17.99. How much was Span? Span is a VG Plus $24.99. And by the way, most of these we have ultrasonically cleaned. If it has a UC on it, that means we've ultrasonically cleaned it. Debbie Blair wants John Denver. Debbie Blair wants John Denver. And Alan Jonathan said take, and that was on the other Otis. That was on the other Otis. And Jeff, I posted it earlier today in the group. Actually, I don't know when exactly, but I did post that in the group. $7 shipping, and I was also going to have to send out, I guess, a message to everybody if possible, which would be very daunting. But I posted it earlier today in the group. But yeah, this is the first week it's been $5 for 2 years. VG Plus, $34.99. That is Van Halen 2. Retro Class Entertainment on Ohio Players Gold. James Bond, 13 Original Themes is VG Plus, $14.99. Charlie Daniels Band, Volunteer Jam 8 is excellent, $22.99. That one has Ted Nugent, Molly Hatchet, Crystal Gale, Bobby Bear, Dobie Gray, Delbert McClinton. Excellent, $22.99. Sammy's Back on Broadway, Sammy Davis. Sammy Davis is a VG Plus $7.99. Chris McDonald on JB, that's James Bond. Brian White was next. That's a soundtrack compilation, James Bond theme compilation. Van Halen 2, we have, make sure I didn't miss anything in there as well. Ohio, James Bond. I think we're good. Live Cream is a VG copy, $14.99. Live Cream. The Beach Boys, 22 More Sunny Surfing Hits, VG Plus $14.99. And Isaac Hayes' Hot Buttered Soul is a VG Plus $19.99. Foreigner 4. Foreigner 4 is a VG Plus $14.99. And Nancy Sinatra, Sugar. That is a VG $9.99. What year is the Charlie Daniels Band? The Volunteer Jam is from, the copyright on the back is 1981. Yeah. It's Municipal Auditorium, 1981. Jonathan Bodine on the Isaac Hayes. Debbie Blair first on Foreigner. Debbie Blair first on Foreigner with F. And then Carlos Bryant, You Were Second. Does Sammy Davis have Candyman on it? Stacy, I will check. Did we ever figure out which album? It's not on here. Somebody looked that up the other day when you asked about that. We was trying to find that album for you. No luck yet. John Barry wants Nancy Sinatra, and Jody Ruffner wants the Van Halen 2. I was waiting for someone to buy Van Halen 2. So did Jody Ruffner. Billy Thorpe, Children of the Sun. Billy Thorpe, Children of the Sun, VG Plus, $14.99. And next is Van Halen, Women and Children First, a VG copy, $22.99, Women and Children First. The Last Dragon soundtrack, VG copy, $19.99. That one came from the radio station too. KC and the Sunshine Band, VG Plus, $9.99. Herb Albert and the Tijuana Brass, Warm, excellent, $14.99. David Cordell, first on that Van Halen. Calvin Ward, you were second. Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA, a VG copy, $9.99. Leonard Skinner, second helping, is a VG Plus, $24.99. Retro Class wants Last Dragon, sold to Rydell Martin. Susie Breedlove was first on KC and the Sunshine Band. Sherry Darnell, you were second. Larry Underhill wants the Charlie Daniels Band, Volunteer Jam. That's sold to Larry Underhill. Jonathan Bodine, first on Leonard Skinner. John Sheehan, first on Bruce Springsteen. Nick Pullen, you were second on The Last Dragon. Chris Ferrara, you were second on Leonard Skinner. Summer Brewington, you were second on Bruce Springsteen. Ted Nugent, Free For All, VG Plus, $9.99. Meatloaf does the vocals on some of those tracks. Led Zeppelin, Houses of the Holy, a VG copy, $19.99. Otis Redding, Live in Europe, VG copy, $19.99. Badfinger, Straight Up, VG copy, $14.99. Foreigner, Double Vision, is a VG Plus, $14.99. I better pause right there because several of these are about to sell. Robbie Reasonover on Led Zeppelin. Calvin Ward, you were second. Alan Jonathan on Badfinger, sold to Alan Jonathan. Chris McDonald, first on Foreigner with the F comment. David Cox was second, and Carlos Bryant was third. R.J. Myers, you were fifth on Double Vision. The Match, A New Light, VG Plus, $19.99. Van Halen self-titled. This is excellent, $42.99. $42.99, Van Halen. Yeah, just a couple superficial marks keeping it from being a top copy as far as the vinyl quality. The cover always has ring wear on it. I've yet to find a perfect cover. Next is Coliseum. Those who are about to die, we salute you. A VG copy, $19.99. Calvin Ward on Van Halen. Josh Duvall, you were, I guess you're technically third on Last Dragon. Debbie Blair, you missed me. Uh-oh, I don't have my feed pulled up over here. What did we miss Debbie on? There was people before her? Yeah. Debbie, I've got to have refreshed my feed on my phone, but what I can still see on my monitor, you were at least third or fourth on Foreigner. You were fourth. Tanner still has it pulled up. I went to Facebook to, I was going to show everybody how to get to our group where I make announcements and where I do, actually let me do that right now before I restream. So, if you're on Facebook, which most of you are if you're watching, we have a group called Whole Lot of Records right here. And this is very important information. This announcement's up here. I have more than I ever have right now. You click See All. My finger's always too big to click it. There you go. See All. And first thing you want to do is refresh it. And this is where we do all the announcements. There's the announcements where I made where shipping's going to $7. And here's some stuff that's coming in this week. And you can claim it early. So like I ordered 10, I think I ordered either 10 or 15 of these Red Hot Chili Peppers, and we have 10 comments, which means they're probably already sold out before we even come in. Same way, I had an auction up earlier. This sold for a really good deal. I think someone snagged it for $12. It's a jazz record. Pre-orders on Rolling Stones, pre-orders on Slipknot, pre-orders on Nickelback, which we've already sold out of. Pre-sale on REM, which we're almost out of. Danger, Danger, Golden Earring, Queensryche, the Jimi Hendrix Analog Productions, Motown Collected, Mo-Fi ELO, Def Leppard's new album, Pinup Girls compilation, Stabbing Westward, which was supposed to ship this week, Greta Van Fleet waiting list, Ozzy Black Rain. So that gives you a example of why you should be in our group. I try to show it every week. Usually we have 8 or 10 new people join just from us sharing the link. So make sure you're in there. You can claim stuff early before it even comes in. How much was Tommy Bolin? Tommy B, I'll definitely have to recap this spin because there's some really good stuff in here. Tommy Bolin teaser was a VG Plus $14.99. But if anybody needs that link, we can send it to you. Spooky Tooth. Spooky 2, $19.99. Has some cover damage on it. The Beatles, Abbey Road, VG copy, $24.99. This is the orange capital label reissue. It's only been pressed 22 million times. Journey, Evolution is a VG Plus, $14.99. Yes Songs. I think this one came from my collection too. It did. The sleeve is, and I recognize it. VG Plus, $29.99. Chris Ferrara on Abbey Road. Chris Wood says he'll take the Tommy Bolin teaser. Those are both sold. And the last few records in this crate is the Motels, All for One. It's a VG Plus, $14.99. The Eagles' Greatest Hits is Excellent, $29.99. And Bob Dylan, Slow Train Coming. Bob Dylan, Slow Train Coming is a VG Plus, $24.99. Yes, Brandon asked about auctions, and I've got one that I put in a hot post not too long ago, and then we misplaced it in the back. And I tell y'all, they always show back up. You may have to give us a month, but they always show back up. Debbie Blair put J. That was for Journey. David Cox wants the Motels. And Chris Farrar was next. Auctions. Here's our first auction. Brandon, we got a Keith Whitley to auction. I may start 2 at the same time. Okay? Here's the first one. The Darkness. Now, this is the first time I'm really looking at this. I'm familiar with The Darkness. I know their big hit, thing called Love, whatever it's called. I can hear it in my head. I was listening to it last night. The Darkness. This is an autographed, it looks like it's a 12-inch single, Hotcakes. Yeah. And the sleeve is autographed by the band. Now, is that the original band? I don't know enough about Darkness, nor can I identify any of these signatures. I need a $50 start for it, though. And we'll go from there. This is The Darkness. Looks like what is a 12-inch single, and it's signed by the band. There's 4 signatures on here. One guy just put Ed. And then that looks like that's Ed. Ed just initialed that for us. So, and then there's 3 other names. So it looks like there's 4 people. Like I said, I don't know enough about The Darkness to identify that. $50 start on it though. Slow Train is a VG Plus, $24.99. Here's what's left in this bin. Bob Dylan, the Eagles, Yes Songs, Spooky Tooth, Coliseum, The Match, Otis Redding, Ted Nugent, Herb Alpert, Billy Thorpe, Sammy Davis Jr., Beach Boys compilation, Cream, Eric Clapton, Jethro Tull, Deep Purple, The Byrds, B.B. King, Ted Nugent, and the Monkees. That's what's left in that first bin there. Walt Cruz is in on The Darkness. How much was Ted and condition? Ted Nugent Free For All is a VG Plus. It is $9.99, Brian. VG Plus, $9.99. The Tull is a VG Plus, $24.99. This is called Living in the Past. It's a hardback. They actually reissued this in a standard jacket. This is the more like hardback book. It's kind of a compilation, but there's also some new tracks on there too. How much any Jimi Hendrix Blues? Yes, those came in. I'm about to start showing some more new arrivals. Let me condense this bin down, and I'm going to start showing some new arrivals. Does anybody want a Tool Fear Inoculum? I think we're going to have about 50 on hand before the end of next week. It's a big release, though. They'll eventually all get gone just like anything else, and hopefully I'll have a stockpile of them. That's why I ordered so many. But let me show this bin back here. Let's see what's back here. I see some MoFi stuff. Mike McGinnis said he'll take the Ted Nugent. All right, sold to Mike McGinnis. Tool is $179.99. Fear Inoculum, $179.99. If you're just joining us, those did come in. It's the 5 LP. Yep, we had a big pre-order on it. It's surprisingly heavy. I know it's 5 LPs, but it's just, you don't expect it to be. I've picked up some box sets like that, and they're very light. Walt Cruz is at 50 on the darkness. And I'm about to put that on a timer. The Rolling Stones, Honk, $41.99. The Rolling Stones Honk, $41.99. And let me show that right here. Michael Ling is at 55 on darkness. I'm on the list. I think GT, you were on the list, yes. So you'll have one on this week's invoice. Rolling Stones Honk. I've already got 2 pulled for Jimmy Ball and Troy Robinson. Make sure I hadn't missed any comments. Ted, how much was Tool? 5 LP, $179. Yes, I'm on the list. GT, I believe you are. What does the sticker say on the darkness? Michael Lynn's at 55. Walt Cruz is at 60. The sticker says, it's actually printed on the jacket. Artist, The Darkness, title, Hotcakes. Then it has a track list. So yeah, it's actually an album. I guess I'm overlooking that. Every inch of you, nothing's going to stop us. With a woman, keep me hanging on. Living each day blind. So it's a full album. Copyright Canary Dwarf Ltd. Strictly for promotional purposes. Released under exclusive license, etc., etc. A bunch of numbers and abbreviations. But yeah, there's the full track listing. So JT, you are on there. Rolling Stones Honk. That is Jimmy Ball and Troy Robinson. I've got your pull. I got your honks right there. And those are $41.99. Now this is a black, this is not the black vinyl. This is the red limited edition color run they're doing. And I think it has a bonus track, Alive Wild Horses, that wasn't on the standard Honk release. That is $41.99. Honk, Rolling Stones. So Honk is greatest hits. I think we determined 71 to 2005. Start Me Up, Brown Sugar, Tumbling Dice, Miss You, Just a Fool, Fool to Cry, Angie, Beast of Burden, It's Only Rock and Roll, Doom and Gloom, and then some of their later stuff. That is $41.99. Rolling Stones Honk. We've sold a bunch of those. That's the official restock. Uh-oh. Foo Fighters, $28.99. I haven't shown this one since we've been reordering stuff. Sonic Highways. Foo Fighters Sonic Highways is $28.99. Michael Potts wants a honk. Brandon Sanders wants a honk. David Howard will have to order you one because anytime I sell out of something like that, I'll restock it. So put David Howard on a honk. I did have a waiting list. We've already got 2 right over here. So that's the third time we've restocked honk. So Michael Potts got one. Brandon, David, you're on the waiting list. Monica Harris, first on Foo Fighters. Nathan Myers was next. John Sheehan. That's it. We only got 2 of these that come in. This is one that we should be able to get more of immediately. So Tanner will write down these names. I'll call them out. Monica Harris and Nathan Myers for sure. Got those 2. And then we have Nate Johnson, Jay Maloof, Eric Reisman, Tillman Smoot, and What City is on the Foo. This one here, Eric, looks like that's Seattle. That looks like Seattle, yeah. There's the Space Needle. That's Seattle. All right. Jay says no need for a waiting list. Okay. Ozzy, Ordinary Man. This is the Silver Smoke colored vinyl. Ozzy, Ordinary Man, $29.99. $29.99. Ozzy, Ordinary Man. That is the Silver Smoke pressing. $29.99. We have 2 of those. I can't believe those were still in stock. It's a lot of CDs mixed together. I didn't even notice that. I thought it was one CD for all of them, but I guess not. Okay, next record is David Bowie, Unplugged and Slightly Phased. I've already shown that over here. Keith Thomas, if you're watching, I've already got one for you. David Bowie, so it's 2 different broadcasts, Unplugged, and then what they call, I guess the other one is Slightly Phased. and it has a really good track list on it. That's why we had a waiting. We sold out of them last time I had a waiting list. That is $25.99. Brandon Sanders wants an Aussie. Brandon Sanders wants an Aussie. I have one left. Somebody asked about that. I think it was more or less, maybe. I don't know if he's watching. Somebody asked about that, and that's why I ordered it, and then I forgot to reach out to them. Okay, the Who's Greatest Hits. Here's another limited edition color run they're doing. These are only $27.99. And I have this somewhere. Let me show you who we already have one full. Who we already have one pulled for. Excuse me. The Who's Greatest Hits on red vinyl. That is Brian White, Veronica Anderson, and Jason Schott. That is the Who's Greatest Hits on red vinyl, $27.99. Substitute, The Seeker, Magic Bus, My Generation, Pinball Wizard, Happy Jack, Won't Get Fooled Again. Then they've added a bonus track, Anyway, Anyhow, Anywhere. So, and then My Wife, Squeezebox, Love, Rain Over Me, Who Are You, 515. So what they're doing is they're repressing a lot of this on colored vinyl, but they're adding additional tracks. So I've got 2 of those available for tonight, and I've got the other 3 over here already pulled for those people who were on a waiting list. Brian White, Veronica Anderson, and Jason Schott. Jeff McMaster wants one of the David Bowies. Sold to Jeff McMaster. Where are we on the Darkness? The Darkness. We had we had Walt and Michael Ling battling it out. Walt Cruz is at $70 on the Darkness promo, Hotcakes promo. It is signed. All right. Scott Snee also wants a Bowie. So Tanner, Scott Snee on Bowie Unplugged. MoFi Pressing. They put this in a box because I think they have to make it 3 LPs. Bob Dylan, Blonde on Blonde. And these are $134.99. MoFi Pressing. Top quality here. Limited and numbered on the back. $134.99. Bob Dylan, Blonde on Blonde, Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab box set.
Did you already have one pulled for Jeff McMaster?
Yeah, Jeff McMaster.
You have a second one?
No, that's a waiting list. Scott Snee will be our first waiting list on Bowie, yeah. Michael Ling's out on Darkness. Josh Duvall's in at $85. Marillion, script for a Jester's Tear, $25.99. $25.99. Marillion, script for a Jester's Tear, $25.99. We have 2 of those available. First time I've shown that one. Brad Moore, do you have the pre-order? Yes, that is in the group. Michael Potts wants a Blonde on Blonde Dylan MoFi box. 3 LP, very nice. Sold to Michael Potts. But yes, that's in the group. If you go to our group and you refresh and you scroll down, you'll find that I've got the Deluxe and the Super Deluxe. I've got the big box. It's going to include the model car and all the replica stuff. I think there's even some Neil Peart drumsticks in there. And then if you just want the bonus extra thing, the disc that has the live stuff, it's on there too. Robert Cray Band and Stevie Ray Vaughan. Yes, I only have one of these. $33.99. I missed this one. This is from Parachute. Parachute is, they do pre-orders, and they put out a lot of stuff, and I miss a lot of it. And there was only one of these available. Robert Cray and Stevie Ray Vaughan. That is $33.99. Both Marillions are still available. Eric Reisman, first of this. But we will take a waiting list, because their stuff does come back in. When? I don't know, but we'll write down your name. Eric Reisman gets that one. Randall Lester was first on the Who. Randall Lester wants a Who's Greatest Hits. So Stevie Ray Vaughan goes to Eric Reisman. Randall gets a Who's Greatest Hits. Marsha Baker was next. Then John Lane, Calvin Ward, Nathan Myers. I wanted the Rush Super Deluxe, but also want my wife to have me in the house too. Yeah, that's what several people told me. Pearl Jam Versus, $29.99. Pearl Jam Versus, $29.99. Yes, Mark, we are sold out of Rush again, but we can put you on a waiting list. We can put you on a waiting list. That is $29.99. Walt Cruz on Who. That's the Who's Greatest Hits, sold to Walt Cruz. So Josh Duvall, you've got the Darkness for $85. Going once, going twice. The Darkness, $85. And if no other bids, I'll sell that in just a moment. Pearl Jam Versus, though. We had someone ask about this the other night, and we sold out. I think we had one left on the shelf. I was like, we better grab those while they're in stock, because 10's been out of stock. Pearl Jam 10 standard issue, it's been out of stock now for 6 months or longer. I wish I had a big stack of them. I'm sure some of y'all would buy one right now, right? Paul Rogers, Cut Loose. This is Friday music. I can't remember the color. Sometimes they put it out on 2 different colors, and they're really bad about not putting a hype sticker on it, so I usually just order the same. I think I got this one on red. Paul Rogers, Cut Loose, $37.99. We get the OG of this sometimes, but I've never seen it reissued before. This is on colored vinyl. Paul Rogers from Free and Bad Company, $37.99. That is a Friday Music limited colored variant. Okay. I've got plenty more new vinyl to show, but we've also got 2, 4, 5 more crates of vintage to show. So, one more recap over here. We have one Aussie Ordinary Man left on silver vinyl, $29.99. We have 2 Bob Dylan Blonde on Blonde MoFi boxes, $134.99 each. Jonathan Bodine needs to put back his Isaac Hayes from earlier. Marillion, Script for a Jester's Tears, $25.99. Wayne Heat, We Will Put You on the Stevie Ray Vaughan waiting list. Pearl Jam Versus is $29.99. And Paul Rogers, Cut Loose, $37.99. $37.99. I still got plenty of backup stuff, or plenty of waiting list stuff to show you that's come in, and new arrivals that you've never seen before. But we got vintage to show first. There was another bin over here that John flipped through. I was like, that's a good one. I'll definitely go through that one soon. It's this one right here. Oh, yeah. So we've had, I think we've had 3 decent collections just walk through the door this week. Just people show up and they're like, hey, I heard y'all buy records. And of course, 9 times out of 10, I'm not here during store hours, so usually either my mom or John buys them. Usually John comes up and looks at them, and then we make a deal. And some pretty good stuff's come through the door today. I haven't been out buying too many collections. I'm going to Birmingham on Monday to check out like 2,000 classic rock titles. He sent me pictures, stuff like Led Zeppelin, Cream, Grateful Dead. So that'll be a good collection next week. But most of the stuff we've bought this week has just walked in the door. People pull up and they've got a trunk full of records. So I guess word's out. It has been for a long time. We buy records. So Ozzy is sold to Matt Algram. That was our last one. Matt, you got it. Next bin of new, this is not check condition stuff. Plus, we had 6,000 records from the radio station we're still going through, 10,000 records from up in Knoxville. We had, well, y'all follow what we buy. So all that stuff that we purchase, I post pictures of. A lot of that's still back there, and we've never gone through it before. So, the Monkees Headquarters, mono pressing, 1999. I think we got a batch of really good Monkees records that come in. They're very clean, just very, very light, if anything, on them. And that is 1999. Headquarters. That I missed the punk stuff on Tuesday. You did. There's 1 crate of it left over. Most of it sold. Did I get one of the Foos, or was I put on the waiting list? John, the Foo Fighters Sonic Highways, you're on the waiting list. Brady, it was Ozzy. Ordinary Man on silver vinyl. I may have one on the shelf from like months ago if you're interested. And there's one in the bin. There's one in the Ozzy bin that's available. Michael Potts, first to the Monkees. Jimmy Hodgkins, you were second. Dave Clark 5, I like it like that, $14.99. John, this was one of those really nice walk-in collections, and then we went ahead and ultrasonically cleaned them all. So these should be very nice. That's also mono, $14.99. Tommy James, Moni Moni, and this is one that I was thinking about keeping. So $26.99, super clean copy. You don't see this one too often. This nice, $26.99. Tommy James and the Shondells, $26.99. 1, 2, 3, yeah, that's don't see that one too often. Paul Revere and the Raiders, Spirit of 67, $14.99, mono pressing. Alan Jonathan on Tommy James. David Cox, can I put back the motels? Someone from YouTube was second. Okay, we'll try to figure that out. Astrology for Young Lovers, Horoscope for the Now Generation. Narrated by Casey Kasem. $24.99. How much ultrasonically clean? Well, we have a service. We've had about maybe 10 people. I hadn't promoted it in a long time. We've probably done it for about 10 people where you can drop it off and we'll clean them for you. We have those rates and everything on our website. The machine, the one we've got, is right at $1,000, but you can get something cheaper that, is just as good. I think we've got one of the better ones. Plus, it's got an attachment where we can do. Stacy Meredith wants the astrology record. We've got an attachment where we can do more. It is an expensive machine, but we would love to clean your records if you want to bring them by. So I haven't promoted it a lot. A lot of people don't want to buy the machine. It is quite expensive, so that's why we've offered it where you can come here and we'll clean them for you. R.J. Myers wants Paul Revere and the Raiders. So Stacy Meredith got the astrology. R.J. Myers got the Paul Revere. But yes, we would love to clean your records. Andrea, the Sun Rays is $14.99 on Tower Records. Elton John's Greatest Hits. That one's in shrink wrap, ultrasonically clean, $34.99. Original inner sleeve. Oh yeah, custom Elton label. Auction is sold. Josh Duvall. Auction is sold. Josh Duvall, $85. Let's put up Keith Whitley. What do we need to start that one for? We got a tag on it. We have. What is it? Near mint? Ultrasonically cleaned. Keith Whitley. LA to Miami. $110 start. This is a beautiful top copy. Keith Whitley, LA to Miami. It's got one notched on it. A little bit of a ding. Other than that, the cover is glossy, crisp. The vinyl, you could eat off of it, which please don't, unless you want to just completely ruin the record. But $110 start. Keith Whitley, LA to Miami. That's our second auction of the night. Ultrasonic's way to go. Absolutely. Rescue Mini albums. Yeah. Summer Brewington, first on Elton John. I've listened to that 10,000 times. That's not an exaggeration. Chad cleaned the Neil Young Harvest. Sounds great. Fantastic. The ground is shook. Keith Whitley's on the table. 3,045s. Well, that would be quite expensive for us to clean 3,045s for you, but we could do it. We could do it. John would have to just, I don't know. It would take a long time. That would be, but we could do it. We had somebody drop off quite a bit. I think someone dropped off 50 that we did for them. Kansas, Point of No Return. Wow, this is nice. $24.99. Hype sticker, original Corvette's price tag, shrink wrap, near mint OG copy. Original inner sleeve. Wow. I've never seen a copy that nice. Kansas, Point of No Return, $24.99. REO Speedwagon. This is in shrink wrap with another Corvette's price tag. That is $19.99. David Howard on the Kansas, Point of No Return. Sold to David. Was there more 7-inch? There was, Wyatt, but we flipped through about half of them, and we don't know any of it. I think it's all just private label, obscure stuff, but I definitely can show them. David Howard got Kansas. Calvin Ward was next. Calvin Ward was first, though, on REO Speedwagon. Jeff McMaster, you were second. This is some of that walk-in stuff. Very nice records in here. Queen, A Day at the Races. $34.99. Queen, A Day at the Races, $34.99. I don't know, I would quote our rates to clean records. It makes a world of a difference. So, if y'all remember the Knoxville Metal Collection with like the Metallicas and the OG hip hop, those were super clean. Patrick, we bought those off of, he cleaned them. But still, we ultrasonically cleaned them, and after we were done, I mean, we were cleaning records that looked mint. And after we got done, the water had just this grime in it, and it looked like mint records. That machine gets down in the grooves, and it makes a difference. You'll be unbelievably. Unbelievably great. Calvin Ward, first to Queen. Summer Brewington, you were second. Details on the Whitley. The Whitley, is this an OG copy?
Yeah.
This is OG, not a club. OG copy of Keith Whitley, LA to Miami. The vinyl is near mint, a stunner we call it. And the only thing I can say bad about it, it's got a very lightly notched cover and a little bit of a ding on a corner. Other than that, the cover is VG+++. And the vinyl's near mint minus. $110 to get that one started. I've sold those as much as 180. I think we've sold sealed copies for well over 200 before. So.
Do you have a backup list for this?
I don't think so, but we may. John Cougar Mellencamp, Big Daddy, shrink wrap and hype sticker, $24.99. How does the water not ruin the label? So what it does is let me use my hands here to demonstrate. It clamps them together, and it's on a spindle, and that spindle's rotating the records. It's only half submerged. The record's only half submerged in water, and then it rotates, and the clamp pretty much airtights the label, and it does not get water on it. And then it spins, and the ultrasonic pretty much pulsates the water. So I'm not going to get into any scientific mumbo jumbo here because I really don't know the terminology, but it pretty much, hey, here we go. Seth went and got it. So yeah, these are the clamps. They clamp on the label, and then it's got like,
Seals.
yeah, it's got seals on it that does that. And when it spins, the water pretty much is vibrating on a microscopic level. And the water, so like on this one, well, let me get a record I can handle. So for the example, imagine the water getting down in the grooves and shaking. That's what it's doing. And so it's lifting up any kind of, you got to think your stylus is going down in the needle, or your stylus is going down in the grooves. And so if there's any kind of grime in there, when you're hand washing it, it's just not going to get that stuff off. So the ultrasonic pretty much gets water up in those grooves, and then it vibrates any kind of grime out and lifts it up.
Called cavitation.
Cavitation. Thank you, Ed.
High-speed sound waves.
High-speed sound waves. So pretty much the water is shaking with grooves. So anything you're doing by hand isn't never going to get the quality of an ultrasonic cleaning. So, okay, what's going on here? Jeff Lundy is at 110 on Keith Whitley. And let's see. Let's see here. I think I was waiting for someone to claim the John Cougar Mellencamp, but I don't think we have. John Cougar Mellencamp Big Daddy was $24.99. Keith Whitley is the record up for bid. Keith Whitley, LA to Miami, and we have one bid, Jeff Lundy. He's at $110. That's the current bid. Jeff Lundy is $110. Next is Jimmy Davis, Kick the Wall. Jimmy Davis and Junction, Kick the Wall, $19.99. Gold stamp promo on the back. Journey Evolution is in shrink wrap and hype sticker. Shrink wrap with hype sticker, $24.99. Bad Company Straight Shooter. Bad Company Straight Shooter is $24.99. Python Lee Jackson in a Broken Dream is $24.99. Calvin Ward first on Journey. I actually have a YouTube video on our channel where I'm explaining it. I need to post that now that I guess a lot of people don't realize we have one of those here. Journey is sold to Calvin Ward. Angela Tyree on Bad Company. Angela Tyree on Bad Company. And then Debbie Blair Debbie Blair was second on Journey. So, Ronnie Millsap, 2020 Vision. Ronnie Millsap is $9.99. This is, I can't read the title. Phoebe Snow, Never Letting Go. Phoebe Snow, Never Letting Go is $9.99. And Jerry Jeff Walker is $29.99. Partially sealed. Yeah, this one, it's sealed, but barely. So it's never been played. Just the shrink's almost gone on it. The Keith Whitley was a Preston, I see your bid come in. I remember your question came in earlier. The vinyl is near mint. The vinyl is near mint. Nobody likes to pause. They want to see constant flow of records. No pausing. You can't talk anything about records, which we are talking about records. Elton John, Caribou is 1999. Elton John, Caribou, 1999. Jefferson Starship, Earth is 1999. In shrink wrap, Ronnie Millsap, Stranger Things Have Happened is 1999. It is sealed. Wayne Heat, first on Millsap. Wow, that was fast. How did you even... I hadn't even set it down yet. Brian White, first on Elton John. Brian White, first on Elton John. And Jeff Blair, first on Jefferson Starship. Shepard Michael, first on, or second on Ronnie Millsap. We have Sweet Dream soundtrack. Sweet Dream soundtrack is $24.99. The Bobby Darin story, Mac the Knife, is $19.99. Bobby Darin story, Mac the Knife, $19.99. World Series of Country Music proudly presents Stock Car Racing's Entertainers of the Year. $44.99. 1985. Wow. Piedmont, never seen this before. Wow, Daryl, let's see. Dale Earnhardt, Ned Jarrett, Kyle Petty, Terry Labonte, Rusty Wallace. Let me see what this looks like. Wow. Never seen a record of Dale Earnhardt on it. I've never seen a record of Dale Earnhardt on it. Where's Moose at? Let's see here. So Ronnie Millsap was next with Shepard Michael. And, okay. Sweethearts of the Rodeo is $19.99. Sweethearts of the Rodeo, $19.99. Bad Company, self-titled, $19.99. Bad Company self-titled debut. John Lennon and Yoko Ono, Double Fantasy, $19.99. Now, John Young, he's dug himself in a hole. So now when he goes to ask for a label here in a minute, they're going to give him heck. Chris Ferrara, first on Bobby Darin. Chris Ferrara, first on Bobby Darin. Chris McDonald, first on Bad Company. So Bobby Darin went to Chris Ferrara. Chris McDonald on Bad Company. Angela Tyree, you were second on Bad Company. Teresa Harper, first to Sweethearts of the Rodeo. Piedmont was Terry Labonte's sponsor. Yeah, especially, this is an interesting record. I wish I could tell you more about it. It's got Limousines Unlimited. It's got some ads from some Nashville companies down here. Howard Johnson's Motel. Pretty interesting. Let's see here. Ronnie Millsap Greatest Hits, $9.99. Ronnie Millsap's Greatest Hits. Hey, that's going to sell. We got to tell John we need more Ronnie Millsap. Elton John's Victim of Love is $19.99. Jerry Wants Bad Company. You were third on the list. Ooh, Heart Little Queen. Heart Little Queen is $24.99. Heart Little Queen with hype sticker contains the hit single Barracuda. How much was for the race record? It was $44.99, Regina. Teresa Harper was first to Ronnie Millsap. Teresa Harper. Shepard Michael was next. Then Lisa Carrillo. Shepard Michael was first to Elton John. Did I show an Elton John? We've already sold that one, though. Yeah. Ronnie Millsap next to Wayne. Debbie Blair, first to Hart. Debbie Blair, first to Hart. Susie Breedlove, then John Lang. And Mike McGinnis was next. Let me go back over those. So, see, Teresa Harper, Sweetheart of the Rodeos. Then Teresa also got Ronnie Millsap. Shepard was next. Then Lisa C. I think Shepard wants Victim of Love here. Shepard wants Victim of Love. That was the other Elton John album. So two people next on Ronnie Millsap. Then Wayne Heat was next. Debbie Blair was first to Heart, Little Queen. Then Susie Breedlove. Then John Lang. And Walt Cruz put Piedmont Airlines. Yes, that was the sponsor on this record. Mike McGinnis, it looks like you were fourth to Hart. Disregard Piedmont Airlines. Jerry Reynolds, all caps, I want bad company. So. The Police, Synchronicity, $24.99. The Police, Synchronicity. I know it looks black there on the camera. It is purple, $24.99, which we didn't realize that till not too long ago, and they're almost all purple. Riding the Storm Out, REO Speedwagon, $19.99. Calvin Ward, first to the Police. Calvin Ward, first to the Police. The Cal Seals in concert with hype sticker, hair, $14.99. I like to encourage, we need to start, well, we used to have coin and knife auctions, and we would put up a chart of who was spending the most. Remember that, Tanner? We used to put up who was spending the most every week, so we would encourage people to spend as much money as humanly possible. Then I stopped doing that because, I don't know, it got too competitive. So Sherry Darnell, first on REO Speedwagon. Sherry Darnell, first on REO Speedwagon. Thick as a Brick, Jethro Tull, $19.99. Thick as a Brick, Jethro Tull. Wings at the Speed of Sound is $24.99. Wow, where did this come from? Rat. This is sealed. $99.99. Rat. Reach for the Sky, right? Reach for the Sky, $99.99. That is sealed. Billy Ray Cyrus, sealed. Some Gave All, $124.99. Bill Fratsky, first to Rat, then David Cordell, and then John Lang. Billy Ray Cyrus, that came out of nowhere. He said never mind on it. So you were third. You were second. It goes to Bill Fratsky. Bill Fratsky got the sealed Rat. Please don't post what I spend. Wife would storm. We wasn't posting numbers. We were just posting the, because people started asking. It kind of got into some arguments there, like who's spending more than others. I was like, hey, let's just take it easy, all right? Leonard Skinner, this is $74.99. This is the OG pressing. We've graded it excellent, and that's a very conservative grade. That's the OG label of that Sounds of the South. Very, very nice. $74.99. My phone's ringing. I can't take a call right now. Tom Jones, Funny, Familiar, Forgotten Feelings is $9.99. And Barbara Streisand's Superman. Barbara is $7.99. Todd Rundgren is $19.99. Moody Blues, Seventh Sojourn, $14.99. Jamie Miller on TJ, so Tom Jones. Never have seen that one too often. Jethro Tull, Heavy Horses is $19.99. And Days of Future Past, The Moody Blues is $17.99. Sheena Easton, Best Kept Secrets is $9.99. Mark Chesler on TR. TR was Todd Rundgren, sold to Mark Chesler. Mark, if that was your first purchase with us, thank you. And you got a message already? Yeah. Tanner says he's already got a message from you. Chris Ferrara said he'll take the Leonard Skinner. That's a tough one to find. We usually sell them right away. There's one surprise still left in here, and that is the Billy Ray Cyrus. Some Gave All. This has never been reissued. I don't think anything of his has ever been reissued. It's 1992 club pressing, which I think is the only way it came out, and it is sealed, $124.99. $7 unlimited shipping. Yes, David, that's the first. It's been 5. You've been commenting 5 for a long time. That Elton John went to the person I said Elton John, and I couldn't find it. Shepherd? Yeah, Shepherd, yeah. I'm going to have to take a quick monster break. That was an intense bin. We had a lot of good records. We have an auction going on. I went through an entire discussion on an ultrasonic cleaner. We got a fights breaking out in the comment section, but they're friendly fights. Keith Whitley, LA to Miami. Keith Whitley is at $115 with Preston Deeney. Final call. Keith Whitley, LA to Miami. $15 or $115 is the current bid. Mark says that he has 2 of those. So I think he needs to put that one back, I think. Does that mean you need to put it back? The Moody Blues. I'm going to recap the spin. Let me start from the back first, and then I'll get to well, let me go ahead and show the Moody Blues since it's right here. This Moody Blues is Days of Future Past. It is $17.99. It's got some light seam chipping at the top, and that was that collection. We're still pulling records out of her collection. Melissa Billings, she wrote her name on all of her records, unfortunately, but Moody Blues, Dave Clark, 5. I like it like that. The Sun Rays, John Cougar still available. Big Daddy. Jimmy Davis, Python Lee Jackson, Ronnie Millsap. There's the one and only Ronnie Millsap that's still left in here. Phoebe Snow, Never Letting Go. Jerry Jeff Walker is sealed. Sweet Dreams soundtrack. John Lennon, the World Series of Country Music, Stock Car Racing, Cal Seals in Concert. Jethro Tull, Thick as a Brick. Wings. Barbara Streisand. Moody Blues. There's the other Moody Blues. Jethro Tull, Sheena Easton, and then the Billy Ray Cyrus. So Mark needs to put back the, what did he just buy? Todd Rundgren. I can't remember if I got that Skinner from earlier. If so, can I put the one back? No, that was the first time we've shown second helping, I believe, right?
No. We had
Who was that?
Chris Ferrara.
we had
If he's got 2, we need to put back the other one. He wants to keep the OG. Lucinda Walker wants the Moody Blues. Lucinda, if that's your first time purchase with us, please message us on Facebook. If not, we will we will put in the comments our email address where you can.
Guy got second helping earlier.
Jonathan Bodine got the other second helping. So, Chris, that was your first one. Jamie Miller, John Cougar is $24.99. Yes, the Jethro Tull, Chris, opens like the newspaper. That's the OG press of it. Let me find it and I'll show it to you. Was this a check condition bin? No, this is not check condition. Do you guys have the California occasion? Kendall, it will probably be here. It'll be here tomorrow. Which rat did you sell? Reach the Sky. How much for Barbara? $7.99. Jonathan Bodine got the other second helping. Yes. I'm not for sure. Collect Co on Facebook. Yes, Collect Co on Facebook. Yes, this is the OG cover that folds out like a newspaper. If you've never seen this before. I mean, it's literally like a newspaper. That's the OG pressing of that. Whoop. Tracy Tallman wants Barbara. Jethro Tull is $19.99. Tracy Tallman wants Barbara Streisand. Barbara sells. Last call. Preston's at 115 on Keith Whitley. Going once, going twice. Okay. I'm going to take these down. RJ Meyer says, I'll take it. I think RJ was the person who asked about that, wasn't it? Who asked about that originally? I would like to buy all the Pablo Cruz and have them shipped to Putin. I didn't see that earlier. We can attempt to do that. Chris Wood. Chris, if you want that, it's yours. If not, then it's RJ Myers. So, okay. Let me move these over here. Still got a Billy Ray Cyrus album. Sealed. And a Ronnie Millsap. That's the only one that didn't sell in there. Next bin of new vinyl. Let's get to it. So we're going to see if Chris Wood wants. He was the first one who originally asked about that. If he passes, then it's RJ's. He passes. So that goes to RJ Myers. Jethro Tull, Thick as a Brick. New bin of new vinyl. Let's see what we got in here. I think there's some cool stuff in here. Some stuff I ordered that we haven't had in a long time. Here's a big one. REM Out of Time. I've pre-sold almost all of these. Let me find my list. REM, I'm going to read it off. I hope no one's commented since we went live. There's Todd Rundgren that was put back. Todd Rundgren's still available if anybody wants it. It was $19.99. Here's everybody we already have down on the REM. This is REM out of time. I've got 3 left. If you know you hadn't seen the post, I would comment right now. REM out of time. Shepard Michael, George Buchanan, Dallas Coop, Jason F., Josh Huddleston, Tony Doole, Chris Kirkley, Jason Byrne, Walt Cruz, Robert Johnson, Brian White, Mike Massey, Jeff Whitney, Deborah Devaney, Walt Cruz, Susie Breedlove, and Paul Brothers. And I only got 3, but I'm definitely going to reorder this because this is a heavily asked about album. Of course, everybody has an opinion on what's their favorite REM album, but I know it has Losing My Religion on here. Possibly their biggest song, so asked about a lot. Eric Reisman gets 1, David Cordell, and Nathan Myers. And then I'm going to read off, I have more. I actually emailed my... we had Walt Cruz down on the list twice, so no, he didn't put times 2. He just commented. So I have another one here we can pull out. So let me pull one out over here from the bin. Then we can give. Now we got 4 to tag. The first 4 that just commented. That is. So the first 4 here was Eric Reisman, David Cordell, Nathan Myers, and Deborah Devaney. She was already on the list, so skip her. John Lang, yeah. So Eric Reisman, David Cordell, Nathan Myers, and John Lang. And then here's the waiting list. Tony A. and Tony A. So we only have 1 person on wait up. Correct. Tony A., it seems like you're always on a waiting list. But I'm definitely going to order more of those. We just sold 20 of them. And pre-sale. Okay. I need to put back my comment ultrasonic cleaner. Judas Priest Live, Tracy McFadden. Well, you were the only one waiting on here. I do have to note, Tracy, yours wasn't too bad. We got 4 of these in, but they all have a very light seam crackle right here. Hope y'all can see that. They have a very light, just from shipping where it's sealed, the disc moves around. Those are $31.99, but we don't get those in too often. Judas Priest Live, those are $31.99. We have 3 available. They do have a little bit of a seam crackle. If these happen not to sell, then I might send them back. But that's one of those records, if you're okay with a little bit of cover damage, it may be another 3 months before we see them again. So that's a heavily allocated live record. Judas Priest Live is $31.99. Rusty wants 1. And Tracy McFadden was the other. Tracy McFadden. There's the REM list. I'm going to lay that right here. Let me find Judas Priest. Yeah, Judas Priest Live, Tracy McFadden. REM's Chronic Town. We have that one ordered. We're just waiting for it to be printed. It's available to order, but it's what we call back ordered. We're just waiting for them to be printed. So, all right, let me get my sheets organized here, or we're going to have a mess. Next record is a tribute to Led Zeppelin, Beth Hart, $28.99. That's on orange vinyl. One of blues rock's finest vocalists, takes on one of the most iconic bands, $28.99, and we had 1 person waiting on that one. 1 person, and we have 1 available. 1 and 1, and that was down here at the very bottom. Jerry Stone. Jerry Stone, I've already got one pulled for you. Tribute to Led Zeppelin, Beth Hart. That is right there, Jerry Stone. And we have Hector Patino wanting to claim one tonight. Hector Patino, $28.99. Next in here, I couldn't remember. One of these, he said, actually canceled. Sheryl Crow Live from the Ryman. This is a 4 LP Sheryl Crow Live from the Ryman, and it's only $36.99. 4 LP Sheryl Crow Live at the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville. $36.99. We have 2 of those. Hector said, cancel Beth. So he takes Beth and then he cancels. It's still available. We only have 1, orange vinyl. Meatloaf and Friends, their Ultimate Collection, colored vinyl. That is $32.99. Paul Brothers wants a Sheryl Crow. So does Shepard Michael. And I didn't order a lot of these because we have another Sheryl Crow that's on pink vinyl that hadn't sold too well. But for some reason, I think this show was either really good or just everybody wants it, maybe because it's the Ryman. But Eddie Bruce, I'll get you another one. But I only have those two, Paul Brothers and Shepherd Michael. Kip Edwards wants a Meatloaf Ultimate Collection. So does Jerry Stone. So Kip Edwards and Jerry Stone on Meatloaf. That's the only two of those I had, colored vinyl. Next is Sam Cooke, A Portrait of a Legend, 51 to 64, 2 LP on clear vinyl. These are $39.99, 2 LP. It is a excellent track listing. Many more tracks. It's on his standard greatest hits. It has all those and then a lot more. Has some of his early stuff, later stuff, which he died pretty young, but $39.99, Sam Cooke, Portrait of a Legend. That's on clear vinyl. Alex Roman wants one. So we have one left. Chris Kirkley gets one. You have another Crow. I will be getting more. Bill, I can put you down on a waiting list if that's okay. I've never ordered this one before. So first time on one of Neil Young's catalog. This is Live Rust. Live Rust, Neil Young and Crazy Horse, $36.99. Neil Young and Crazy Horse Live Rust. This is a analog, sourced from the original analog from that show. That is $36.99. Jeff McIntosh wants one. So Alex Roman got Sam Cooke. Chris Kirkley was next. Bill Toe, let me know if you want on the waiting list with Eddie Bruce for Sheryl Crow. And I'm definitely going to be ordering more. So as soon as they come in, consider them yours. Joe Barrios, also on Neil Young. Joe Barrios. Those are gone. Once again, this is kind of like you can claim one now, and more is on the way if you want to get it the next shipment. So we have the best of the psychedelic furs. We only have one of these. This is $41.99. It's on clear vinyl. Best of psychedelic furs, $41.99. Do you still have a crap ton of posters from Knoxville? Just stuff that didn't sell or stuff that wasn't music related. So we had a couple like Budweiser advertising posters and like some pinup girls that we never have shown. Other than that, not really. Well, we had some pretty good stuff that I had a pretty high starting bid on that didn't sell, but some of that stuff I'm having framed. It's going to look amazing when it comes back. You did get a Sam Cooke, Alex, yes. Carole King and James Taylor live at the Troubadour, 2 LP craft recording. 2 LP craft recording, and that is $39.99. I didn't realize we'd sold out of these, but this is a really good concert. And it's the Mike Massey Wants the Psychedelic Furs. First time I've ever had this record that was a U.S. pressing. I think we had a U.K. import come in that was more. These are only $26.99, the Yes album. It's a gatefold pressing. I don't have any other details on it, but I'm curious what it sounds like myself. I've listened to this 10,000 million times. Yours is No Disgrace. Starship Trooper, I've Seen All Good People. Venture, $26.99 for Yes. Neil Young, first time I've had this one. Neil Young and Promise of the Real, $37.99. Name of the album is The Visitor. Gatefold. And I think this is all analog. Digital. It's probably like Harvest Moon. It's probably recorded in digital. Otherwise, Neil, you probably wouldn't be having that. Jerry Stone wants a Yes. Susie Breedlove wants a Neil Young. Mike Massey got the Psychedelic Furs. And I have Jimi Hendrix Blues, which we had one come in, and that was for Michael Word. Michael Word. Jimi Hendrix Blues. Jimi Hendrix Blues. I have one available, $26.99. This includes Jimmy's versions of Catfish Blues, Born Under a Bad Sign, Bleeding Heart, Expanded Booklet, and Rare Photos. I only have one. Who asked about that earlier? Preston Rogers? I thought he was the waiting list, but I guess not. Jimi Hendrix Blues, Michael Word. Next is Rusty Wilkes takes this one. I'm definitely going to be reordering more because I think Preston wants one, and Shepherd Michael just commented he wants one, and William Simmons. Jimi Hendrix stuff is extremely affordable. They keep it very I mean, it is great prices on that. So that one is sold to Rusty, Shepard, and William. I will have more on the way. Next is John Coltrane Ballads, $24.99. John Coltrane Ballads, $24.99. And let me show a record, because the next record is a Jimi Hendrix as well, which y'all probably can already see. But I want to show another record that we're already sold out of. That, what have I done with it? That we probably will have a waiting list for. Is it in here? Yeah, let's see here. Tony Doyle wants a John Coltrane. Trying to figure out what I've done with Nickelback. Do we have a whole nother crate somewhere of waiting list? Yeah, it's down here on the floor. We got a whole nother crate here of waiting list stuff too. Let me get to these. Let's see here. Nope, that stuff I've already shown. Not for sure.
Oh, we had a bunch. Yeah, you pulled a lot over here.
Yeah, let me see those right quick. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and show Axis. So this one, we've had Electric Ladyland. We have Are You Experienced? This is the $26.99 version of Jimi Hendrix Axis Bold as Love. This is the all analog remaster, 2-track original tapes, and it's with booklet. Susie Breedlove said she'll take a yes. And I did have a small waiting list on Jimi Hendrix. Let me find that. That was from a long time ago. But I still got the list. Jimmy Hopkins and Jeff McIntosh. And those are only $26.99. So the Electric Ladyland sounded phenomenal. The Are You Experienced sounded phenomenal. This is the only one I haven't actually got to open up and listen to, which I plan on doing that tonight. Because this is I mean, if y'all are familiar, this is a fantastic album. So, Summer Brewington on Jimi Hendrix. Jeff says he needs to cancel his. And let's see, Shane McKinney wants one. Shepard Michael, Jimi Hendrix added me to this one too. So, and these are $26.99. So Shepard Michael also on one. Jeff asked about Hendrix for a long time, and I couldn't get them in. So, Jeff, I'm sorry I didn't get those in sooner. Let me pull yours out of the crate over here so I don't accidentally put it on your invoice. So I'll put that over here with these. And Jimmy got his this week. Yeah, I figured that happened. Usually stuff that we've had for a long time, so I'll just cancel this whole list. I put theirs back. Stuff that we've had waiting list for a long time. Usually when I get it in, I put theirs back. So I took them out. We can just destroy that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Shane McKinney wants one. Did I already pull his? Let me see how many I've pulled here. Summer Brewington, Shane McKinney, they're $26.99. And Sherry Darnell, that is 3 of them. 3 of them, yeah. Usually, if other places are getting stuff in at the same time, that means I am too. So if you see something available and you think you may be on the waiting list, if you don't mind to message us, we probably are getting it in. Because what they do is they press all this stuff, and me and every other record store in the country, we all have it ordered, and we're just waiting for it to get delivered. So Jimi Hendrix is $26.99. $26.99. I've got a stack of those available. Okay. We had only 2 of these come in. So I'm going to tell who got the first 2. That was Michael Robert Potts and Kevin Tays. Foo Fighters In Your Honor. And then here, this is the backup list. Tony Doyle, Jennifer Chandler, Susie Breedlove, Mike Massey, Matt Wermeyer, Paul Brothers, and Greg Hagewood. If you're not on that list and you want to be put on it for the next shipment, but we only got 2 in, and we're waiting for more. So, Foo Fighters In Your Honor. I'm going to stick that one right over here. And the other one was a pretty big deal. Let me find it. Yeah, right here. So, if you're not on that list and you want to be put on it, let me know. Megadeth come in, but not enough for everybody. This is Megadeth. Killing is my business, and business is a good thing. The final kill. And I think we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we had 7 come in. And here's the first 7 on the list is who gets one. Danny Czar, Richard Davis, Jerry Supe, Eric Beck, Kevin Jordan, Tony Doyle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tony Doyle and Bob Riger. So that was Foo Fighters in your honor. So if you're not on this list, more of these will be coming very, very soon. So the first 7 people there got these, and the rest will be coming very soon. Megadeth, Killing is my business, and business is good. The Final Kill, $37.99. So once again, Danny Czar, Richard Davis, Jerry Supe, Eric Beck, Kevin Jordan, Tony Doyle, Bob Riger, Hardy Jones, and Jason Schott. You're now the top 2, and then we're going to put John Lang on that list, Chris Wood, and actually we can move Hardy down the list because Richard Davis already has one. Okay, put that on here. 9 times out of 10, there's not much stuff that we don't ever not get back in. It usually it'll come in eventually. So I'll take a Coltrane if available. There is. Let me recap this bin right quick. Patty wants on that waiting list, and Bill Fratsky. There was one Coltrane left, and that was Coltrane. That was to Nate Johnson, and Jason Schott also needs to be taken off the list. So Hardy Jones. So one of those people that was just on tonight's list definitely got one. This is all sold and ready to be keyed in. I've got the sheets in front of him. We'll give those to Seth. He needs something to do. He's over there playing Angry Birds. Candy Crush. All right. Let's go through this bin one more time. So we had Judas Priest Live, $31.99. Judas Priest Live was $31.99. They have a light spine crackle at the top. We only have 2 of those left. One Tribute to Led Zeppelin by Beth Hart, orange vinyl, $28.99. Carole King and James Taylor live at the Troubadour, 2 LP, $39.99. Blossom, So Far Away, Machine Gun Kelly, Carolina in My Mind, It's Too Late, Smackwater Jack. So, they're doing Carole King hits, they're doing James Taylor hits. Something in the Way She Moves, Will You Love Me Tomorrow, Country Roads, Fire and Rain, Sweet Baby James, I Feel the Earth Move, You've Got a Friend, Up on the Roof, and You Can Close Your Eyes. Tillman Smoot. Tillman Smoot wants to be put on the In Your Honor list. Tillman Smoot wants to be put on the Foo Fighters In Your Honor. We have 2 Carole King and James Taylors available. 1 copy of Neil Young, Promise of the Real. The Visitor, 1 copy left, $37.99, and then a stack of Jimi Hendrix Axis Bowls Love. I should have posted that earlier in the group and let everybody know that those are coming in because I kind of forgot. David Cox, did you get my Jimi Hendrix Axis? Can we check? I'll go ahead and pull one, but I don't remember calling out your name. David Cox for Jimi Hendrix. Let me go through the comments right quick. Coltrane, Nate Johnson, take Jason off the Megadeth list. Dolan, I'll show Coulter Wall. I've already showed it, but I'll show it again. Can you get Neil Young Mirror Ball? I will check on that, Tony. And Tillman Smoot, Jeff Lundy, 120 on Whitley. Well, technically, I never did do a final call on it, but I don't know if Preston's still watching or not. So I guess we'll take that bid. I need a timer or something. But we'll say 120 on Keith Whitley. That's been from 20 minutes ago. But any Who left in price. Who's Greatest Hits is sold out, and the Who at the Live at the Isle of Wight still available, but that's it. That's it. Okay. Oh, here's Nickelback. Thank you. Here's one I've been wanting to show. Nickelback is $27.99. $27.99, all the right reasons. We have none left. However, we can get them, and I will be ordering more because it's a big seller. Tim Holloway, Bob Riger, Eddie McKenna, Trey Tidwell, and Susie Breedlove. That's the 5 we got in that was already claimed. We had one that sit over here in the bins for like 3 months, and I was like, well, I'm not going to order too many, but as soon as I let everybody know they're coming in, we sold that small quantity. But more, of course, that's a big album, whether you like them or not. Nickelback is $27.99. So if you want one, just that will be in next week. $27.99. So those are already spoken for. I don't know where Did I have some other stuff over there, or was it just Nickelbacks, wherever you got those from, Tanner? Just as Nickelbacks?
Yeah.
Okay, there's the list. And Tanner's going to write down your name if you want one on that. Did you get me down on the list for Foo Fighters? I believe Tanner did. Who asked about the Who? Debbie, if you want a Who greatest hits, let us know, and we'll get one for you. John Lang wants a Nickelback. William Simmons. And Tanner's got those. Okay. So, somebody asked for me to show these again, so let me go through them. These are turntable mats. We got multiple bands and multiple ones. Turntable mats. The Who, Debbie, is $31.99. Turntable mats are $9.99. They're only $9.99. We have Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, so these are turntable mats. You just put it down on the spindle and it lays on top. You put your record on top of it, of course. We have David Bowie, Aladdin Sane. Those are $9.99. The Doors, L.A. Woman. Bob Dylan from the Greatest Hits poster, $9.99. Bob Marley is $9.99. And there's Bob Dylan. Are we sold out of Metallica? So that's what somebody had asked about, I think. And AC/DC. Do we have those somewhere else, or are they all gone? They're all. This is all of them. So we've sold out of AC/DC and we've sold out of Metallica. Wow. Okay. Debbie Blair, put her, Tanner, on Who's Greatest Hits Red Vinyl waiting list. Debbie Blair. Kevin Black Fox also on the Nickelback. Monica Harris on the Foo Fighters Greatest Hits list. Scott Snee wants a Beth Hart. That's the last one back here, sold to Scott Snee. I'm going to have to order more of those because I want to listen to it. I hadn't got to listen to it yet. Scott Snee got that one. Wendy Pierce wants a David Bowie turntable mat. Shepard Michael wants a BM turntable mat. That was Bob Marley. So we're sold out of AC/DC and we're sold out of the Master of Puppets. And if you just want something plain Jane, there's the cork turntable mat that really helps with static. 12-inch diameter, 2 millimeter thick, record label, recess. Jerry Stone wants a David Bowie. Yeah, so I picked up, I guess going once, going twice now, the Jeff Lundy on the Keith Whitley, $120. That's been going on for a long time, so $120. This record came in this week. Is a walk-in. A lady came up and asked my mom, said, do you buy rare Beatles records? And she said, of course, and she went and got John. It's not really rare, it's just an oddity. We kind of got the information back here on the back. It's got a typo on track 2, side 2 label. Capital Scranton plant got Keystone to print labels to correct the previous error. However, Keystone made a spelling error in the song I Call Your Name by leaving off the R in your. It says, I call your name. I call you name. And omitting the timing on that song. The error is quickly corrected, making this one the rare Beatles capital label. So it's a $75 start. I'll show you what's going on here. It's in beautiful condition. But right there on the label, it says, I call you name, not your name. And it don't have the time on it either. But it is a capital stereo pressing. And it's got one little superficial, like at the 6 o'clock mark right there. Other than that, it is in beautiful condition. That is something we're going to put up for auction because it's I didn't even know about it. And it's kind of a, you got to be one of those niche Beatles collectors to really know what it is. But it's a $75 start. If anything, it's in beautiful condition. It's the Beatles' second album with that era on the back label. But she was under the impression it was worth thousands of dollars, and of course there's not many Beatles records worth thousands of dollars, especially a Beatles second album. But okay, that is up for bid. It is brought in the past. There's lots of sales records for it, and some much more than what we're pricing it for right now. So okay, Kevin Black Fox, Foo Fighters, Debbie Blair, Beth Hart, David Bowie. Did we get Jerry Stone a David Bowie mat?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Dylan wants on the Foo Fighters Greatest Hits list. Eric Reisman wants a cork mat. Sherry Darnell wants a Doors LA Woman mat. Zach Biley's at $80 on the Beatles record. There you go. I was like, if no one bids on it, I'm keeping it because that's one of those variants that I may not ever see again unless I go out and, try to find one online. So Zach's at 80. Let's go ahead and sell Keith Whitley for $120. And that is sold to Jeff Lundy. Keith Whitley for $120. Zach's at 80 on the Beatles. Info for paying invoice. We will send you an invoice. It will have... I've lost my train of thought. We'll send you an invoice and you can pay with any credit or debit card. You can pay with any credit or debit card. That's on Monday. We're going to have 2 more record sales before then. 2 more record sales before then. Let me go over here and grab another crate of new vintage arrivals. I think this one right here is going to be pretty good. Yeah. We got another Beatles record in here that's something we don't see too often. Jennifer Stem wants a Doors mat. Jennifer Stem wants a Doors mat. Zach's at 80 on the Beatles. Anybody else? Calvin Ward's on 82. We need your email, though, yes. Jennifer Stem on a Doors LA Woman. I guess I'll order more Metallica and I'll order more AC/DC. Calvin Ward's at 82. So one more time, here's what's up for auction. It's the Beatles' second album. It's a misprint label. It says I call you name instead of I call your name. And it don't have the timing on it. There's the information. It looks like they got Keystone to press the labels and to correct the previous error, and then they made an error. So they had someone else print their labels because they made an error, and then that company made an error. So, all right. Let me go ahead and show this first because it's up here in front. This is a really good record. The Beatles, Yesterday and Today. This one's $64.99. $64.99. This was another walk-in. This is a mono Scranton press, 1966 with original inner sleeve. It is mono, and it is the nicest Yesterday and Today I've ever seen. And I've seen a bunch of them. Unfortunately, it's not a Second State Butcher, or instead of $64.99, it would be $899.99. But this is beautiful, and it's mono, and it's got the original capital inner sleeve. That is $64.99. Yesterday and Today. Top copy on that one. I'm not even going to put it over here. Pressed at Dunder Mifflin, yeah. Scranton. So Calvin's at 82, Zach's at 83, Tony's at 85, Calvin's at 87. David Howard wants Yesterday and Today. I was just being patient, waiting for someone to buy it, because if not, I was going to be extremely disappointed in y'all. Stuck in the Middle of You, the best of Steeler Wheel, Jerry Rafferty and Joe Egan. So this is the best of Steelers Wheel, 1999. Leo Sayer here. Leo Sayer here is $9.99. John Young is at 90 on the Beatles. Tony Murphy was second, or Tony Murphy, you're second at 90, and Daryl Jenkins is at 90. Peter, Paul, and Mary, In the Wind, $9.99. Peter, Paul, and Mary. Champagne Jam, Atlanta Rhythm Section, $9.99. Peter Frampton is $19.99. I think that one's called, I forgot the name of this one. Where I Should Be, Peter Frampton. John Young's at 100 on the Beatles. Daryl Jenkins is at 95. Zach, 93. Zach is at 101. Chaz Jankel, $14.99. I better pull out my feed. I've got my screen phone not on, and comments are moving very fast. Robert Johnson on PF. That's Peter Frampton. John Berry on Peter, Paul, and Mary. Peter, Paul, and Mary to John Berry. Let me get my Restream feed restarted here. I accidentally lock my phone sometimes, and when I do that, it goes away. Excuse me. There we go. All right. Champagne Jam. Looks like we're down to Zach and John. If John's in, it's clearly a good one. That's right. Here and Now. Butts Band. $24.99. Carly Simon, Boys in the Trees, $9.99. Tony O.K., Romeo Unchained, and that is sealed, $29.99. Jermaine Jackson is sealed, $34.99 with hype sticker. Victim of Love, Elton John, $14.99. Has some cover damage to it. Kilimanjaro, music from the New Age. This is not for sure. $9.99, not for sure of the genre. Judy Garland, Judy in Love. Judy Garland, $9.99. Blackbird, Mose Jones, $14.99. Robin Trower, Long Misty Days, $17.99. Lily Tomlin, this is a recording, $14.99. 12-inch single from Etta James. Wow, this is very late in her career, 2001. Miss You, $19.99. Tracy Tallman takes Elton John, Victim of Love. I hope I can see Elton. I think he's playing in October at Nissan Stadium. Be here before we know it. Bad Company and Paul McCartney's next month. Bad Company, Desolation Angels, $19.99. We got a third person in on the Beatles. Calvin Ward is in at $165. Eric Wayne on B&B. B&B. What was B&B? Etta James, Bad. And then Sherry Darnell on Etta James. I don't know what B&B was. I'll have to go a little bit further back. Jerry Rafferty, Lil Sayer, Jermaine Jackson, Judy Garland. Price on Mose Jones. That was $14.99. Retro Class Entertainment. Robin Trower Live is $19.99. 12-inch single from Tina Turner. Tina is $14.99. It is Afterglow, it's Afterglow. 5 different versions of it. David Hilton wants Judy in Love, and Retro Class Entertainment says he'll take Mose. So first is Rydell on Mose Jones, and then David Hilton wants Judy Garland. So I told John, I said, listen, Walmart has Judy Garland Essentials on pink vinyl. I never did thought I'd see the day where Walmart is pressing Judy Garland records. It's just unbelievable to me, since her stuff is usually in the dollar bin. And now Walmart's repressing it and selling it for $25 or whatever. But we have a lot of Judy Garland stuff, and then I went and checked prices, and there's all of a sudden a big demand for Judy Garland records, just like Bing Crosby and Sound of Music and West Side Story. That is records for the last decade that have been in dollar bins. And retail value is $10 and up for a nice clean copy. You can find a played, beat up copy for probably still a couple bucks, but a clean and cleaned copy that's near mint, they're starting to get to be $10 and $20 records very easily. So we got Calvin at 180 on the Beatles, John Young at 190. We didn't get Knoxville tickets. We're going to, well, it's Wake Forest. What's the name of the town? I forgot. Wherever Wake Forest is. Salem, yes. Winston-Salem. Tina Turner, Private Dancer, $19.99. We're going there because, one, it's outside, which I prefer, and it's tickets were like a fifth of the price, and we got really good seats down on the floor or on the field. ABBA's Greatest Hits is $14.99. ABBA's Greatest Hits, $14.99. Robert Johnson, first to Tina Turner. Lisa Carrillo was next, and then Shepherd Michael. And like I said, if it's good enough, Mark Chesler, first on ABBA. If it's good enough, then I'll go to the Knoxville show. I'll go 2 weeks, or next week, I'll go see them again in Knoxville. Genesis, Selling England by the Pound, $24.99. You're not going to get too many more opportunities to see Paul McCartney. He still seems very good health, but still. Here's another one. A Star is Born, Judy Garland, from the soundtrack, $19.99. This is a mono 6-eye in the original plastic baggie. By the way, a lot of these 60s records, they didn't come sealed, especially Columbia stuff. The baggie was sealed. It was like a perforated baggie. See that perforated? I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but a lot of these records were probably either just opened once or however. So, okay. Can you turn the Genesis to its back? There it is, Mark. If you want it, it's yours. If not, Gary Hackett gets it. So it's $24.99. Mark, it's yours. If not, Gary Hackett was next to claim it. Judy Garland. We have Carole King Music. Carole King is $14.99 and it has the insert with it. So the Beatles album. John Young is at $190. One more thorough look at it. The cover, super clean. I mean, nothing to, maybe a ding down here, but very nice. This is a misprint. Has the original. It does not have the original inner sleeve. It has an inner sleeve that looks like it's original. Let me put it this way. It doesn't have a capital inner sleeve. It has one of those that looks like somebody replaced it with. The vinyl is spectacular. It has that one superficial mark, like I said, down there around the 6 o'clock mark on side 2, where, of course, that's the side with the misprint. And then this side here, very nice. Just some very, not unofficial markings, but superficial markings. Super clean copy. We wouldn't have put it check condition. So it's any other record, just really nice. So Mark says give it to Gary. Current bid is John Young at $190. Elvis on Stage, February 1970. This is 1999. 1970 Orange RCA label, 1999. Eddie Money, Live for the Taking. And that is $14.99. Calvin says he's out. Who was the other person bidding? Zach? Did he ever say out? Or Jazz Monterey, 1958-1980. This is a compilation. I see all kinds of big names on there. $24.99. Original motion picture soundtrack to WW and the Dixie Dance Kings. $24.99. Tawana was first to Eddie Money. Brenda Medina was second. Alan Jonathan first to the Jazz. Zach Biley, he says he's in. $191. Atlanta Rhythm Section, Real Tape. $9.99. Atlanta Rhythm Section. Stevie Wonder, fulfilling this first finale. Stevie Wonder is $24.99, fulfilling this first finale. Elton John, this is that Russian deal, I think. What is going on here? $19.99. Elton John, I think it's Russian, isn't it? Nikita. This is a promotional copy, not for sale, from Giffen Records. 1985. $19.99. That's Elton John. Jerry Reed is on that WW and Dixie Kings. There you go. John Young says, I'm going to pass at $191. Zach can have it. So going once, going twice on the Beatles' second album, misprint label. Something definitely to be on the lookout for if you have one. They're pretty tough to find, though. Jeff McMaster on ARR. That's Atlanta Rhythm Section. The John Lennon promo was $19.99. Eric, it was $19.99. Penitentiary 2 or 3? Penitentiary 3 soundtrack, $19.99. Steve Winwood, this is like a greatest hits chronicle of his, $29.99. Hadn't seen one in a while. City Boy, The Day the Earth Caught Fire. City Boy is $14.99. Wet Willie, The Wetter the Better, $19.99. Black and Blue Suite, Larry Weiss, $9.99. 12-inch single of Hotline, Eurobeat Records, Hotline, Ready or Not, $29.99. Wow. Eurobeat Records, Hotline, Ready or Not, $29.99. All right, let's go ahead and sell Zach the Beatles. $191. Excellent rarity there, Zach. Hate to see it go. Frank Sinatra's Greatest Hits is sealed. $34.99. That is sealed. Back in the Fold is sealed. $39.99. What is Back in the Fold? Looks like 1980, recorded in Memphis. Don't know a lot about it. Superman the Movie soundtrack, $29.99. Superman soundtrack, $29.99. Wishbone Ash. Wishbone Ash is $19.99. Bachman Turner Overdrive 2 is $14.99. Tough Guys. 3 Tough Guys is $29.99. Tough Guys. We have Roger Daltrey, One of the Boys. Roger Daltrey is $19.99. Jelly Bean 12-inch single, Sidewalk Talk. It says with Madonna. Madonna appears on this one. Jelly Bean, Sidewalk Talk. The Irish Rovers, The Unicorn, is $14.99. Rod Stewart, Every Picture Tells a Story, $24.99. Very nice. And Elton John, Captain Fantastic, is $19.99. Joe Barrios on JB. JB. That was, what was JB? Joe Barrios. Elton John, Rod Stewart, Irish Rover, Jelly Bean. So did Joe Barrios. Eric Fisher wants the Irish Rovers. And Angela Tyree, Steve Winwood price. That was $29.99. That's a 2 LP. Let me review some of the tracks that's on there. So it starts everything from Spencer Davis Group, Keep on Running, Somebody Help Me, Give Me Some Lovin'. Then it goes down to like his Traffic era, Dear Mr. Fantasy, Heaven's on Your Mind. And then down here is, this is no solo stuff. This is everybody he was with. Spencer Davis Group, Traffic, and Blind Faith. And that is $29.99. That is, I actually had a sealed one of those that I opened for myself. So, very good record. Nice copy. It just has a sticker residue on it, and that's it. All right, let's recap this spin. Am I going to take a break? Yes, we probably should for 2 reasons. One, I've got to figure out what to show next, and then 2, I need something to eat. That's a good reason to stop. Angela Tyree said she'll take the Steve Winwood. Now, so what we've been thinking about doing is I've been toiling with whether or not if I actually like this new setup, because I can't be very mobile. So like during part 2, I would love to take off in the back and start doing some stuff on sale. And it's really hard to either roll this cart around. So I'm either going to think about this week whether or not I'm going to keep this new look and setup, or I was thinking on the way down here, maybe part 2, maybe during part 2's, just do Facebook alone. Yes, Tanner read my mind. I hadn't even told him that. But maybe on part 2, we're only on Facebook so I can have my phone the old way and I can walk around and be more mobile. This right here works when all of our crates are loaded and they're ready to go. However, we still got 3 more bins of new arrivals to show tonight. And then tomorrow night, it's going to be nothing but on sale. But what we'll do is I will just have to let y'all know which way or another. I hate to go back and forth and confuse everybody, but Brian White wants the Elton John Nikita. Joe Barrios needs to cancel his Tool. Elton John Nikita. Let me pull that for Brian White. And Frank Sinatra is sealed. It is $34.99. $34.99. But we still got new arrivals to show, so we'll probably, I'm not for sure. I guess we'll, part 2.
Just say go on Facebook.
Yeah, part 2 will probably be on Facebook only during part 2. So when we come back for part 2 tonight, we'll be only on Facebook. That way, and that will probably be something we'll experiment with. That way I can be more mobile. Debbie Blair takes the sealed Frank Sinatra. But when we just have crates and stuff I've got to show, and there is Elton. So there's Elton John for Brian White, and Debbie Blair wants the sealed Frank Sinatra. Those are both sold. Okay. Does Elton John, Captain Fantastic, have the poster? Good question. Good question. We have I see the disc. I think I've told John to please make a note on this one if it has any of the inserts. I'm not seeing any inserts in this one. No inserts on this one. That's probably why it's $15, $20 cheaper than it usually is. Or, yeah, at least $15 cheaper than it usually is. No inserts in that one. Disc looks very clean, though. What time is it? So, what happened to the new camera? This is the new camera. So, it's just very fixed. So, like right now, if I wanted to take off to the wall and show y'all something, I pretty much can't. And, but when we're doing part one and showing new arrivals, this works great for us. Jerry Rafferty, Leo Sayer, Champagne Jam, Atlanta Rhythm Section, Charles Jankel. That was the Here and Now, Butts Band, Carly Simon, Tony OK, Jermaine Jackson, Kilimanjaro, Robert Johnson. It is $24.99. Robin Trower, Lily Tomlin, Bad Company, Robin Trower, Tina Turner, Judy Garland is still available. Carole King still available. Elvis on Stage, Orange Label. Stevie Wonder. This is the Dixie Dance Kings. Had to take a call from South Korea. Did John get the Beatles? It went to Zach Biley for $191. Penitentiary 3 soundtrack. City Boy. Wet Willie. Black and Blue Suite. Larry Weiss. This is Eurobeat Records. Hotline. Back in the Fold. Superman soundtrack. Wishbone Ash. We have Bachman Turner Overdrive 2. Tough Guys soundtrack. Roger Daltrey. Rod Stewart. And Captain Fantastic. Just got on price on Lily Tomlin. Lily Tomlin. Now that's a recording. This is a recording. It's $14.99. Joe Barrios said, please add Neil Young, The Visitor. That's right back here. Last copy. Do you have Gary the Genesis import if he wants it? Do you? Yes, Mark. We gave that to Gary. Yes. So what we do during part two, part two, we're only going to be live on Facebook. We're going to give that a try to see if we like doing that. And so if you get on YouTube, you won't be finding us at 10 o'clock. Otherwise, price on Wet Willie Dixie. This Wet Willie here is $19.99, and then the soundtrack here, the other soundtrack, I think it was $24.99. Tawana wants BTO. Everything here is still available. And so what we do during part two, if you're a regular, you know, well, we still got new arrivals to show. Tomorrow night's show is going to be nothing but we're going to have new arrivals, but we've got new vinyl on sale, which I'm going to work on during the break. We've got 2 crates of new vinyl on sale. We've got some still left over from the flip video we posted. And then we've got new arrivals to go back through, because usually people hop on for part 2, and we've got new arrivals to show. So it is 9:38. I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream. Come back and see us in exactly 30 minutes, and then we'll be live from 10 to probably 10:30 or later, or from 11:30 or later. And that will be in 30 minutes. We'll be back here on this channel, probably, most likely, just YouTube or just Facebook only. For sure, just Facebook only.